I know for some of y'all, that's probably y'all first time plowing today, so you got opportunity. I've been plowing for a long time now. Some of the years, it just start to change your direction. A lot of things you start looking at you take for granted. A lot of things people don't consider. The weight and the things you have to consider. That's right. So I'm still playing. I got enough pins in now. Appreciate those y'all up there who up there. I see. Somebody know the time changed on it. You don't never know when we're gonna get started, do you? Right. You just have to be ready. Well, you know what? You ain't gonna believe it. You don't know when the day out, when he coming either. I might pop in here one day. We might be able to hear him preach at 11:30. Right. You know what that teach y'all to do? I'm just being honest. You ain't gonna believe it. If you stay ready, you ain't got to worry about getting ready. Truth of the matter is, the way of y'all synagogue, we in violation. We done had a long time to get this thing right too. And it ain't all y'all fault, so it's been me too. Fault's been in me. You kind of wait around and you kind of wait, try to give people a chance and opportunity to be patient. And he's done that for us too. But at the same time, we took advantage of it. And take advantage, we forgot the order. We look at how things really operate and how things how Elohim actually move and does things. And we've been moved by the dictation of our heart and dictionaries and other interpretations and other things we've been doing. But Yahuwah is a mot. Make no mistake. Y'all ain't gonna believe it. I told you I do this for a living. I know y'all haven't believed it. You really haven't believed it. It's a lot of things, a conversation stuff I really don't have with y'all. I just try not to do it. Because a lot of times you don't really know where you at. You think you're somewhere, you actually not down. That's just being honest. Like, you really not down. A lot of things y'all take for granted, you think it can just be done. It can't be done the way you're thinking. It's an order. It's an order, I'm just telling you. You can believe it. You don't have to believe it. That's fine, but it's an order. We'll see how the order works. That's all. It'll be easy. Let's see. We'll start Romans 15:4. Y'all know why we're using it for a base. Our young people? Foundation. That's right. Want to establish a foundation. Romans 15:4. Listen.
For whatever Nikatah before.
Were all my members up there? Were all them up there? Pretty much. They're not. I ain't surprised. I'm not surprised. I only want to know. Some of them, I didn't think. I figured we started 1:30. I know. We done start changing direction. I mean, this, and let me say this. It ain't a matter of it being seen. Start paying attention when you see things and you start learning how to move. And a lot of y'all miss stuff. Yahuwah, how did he move? We'll see how it works. That'll be fine. This is Romans 15:4. Please don't text me and try to explain to me what you were doing. My phone already in that vibrating on. I don't want him to think I ain't thinking nothing. You do what you want to do. I try to tell all y'all, listen, everything determines on where you at makes a difference. You know, let me see. Can you shoot a shot under the basket if you're standing out of bounds on the other side? No, sir. Why? No, really, it's because of where you're at. See, a lot of stuff you can't do, it depends on where you at. That's your bill. You got some quarterback, they can throw from one end to the other. You got some that's short passing.
Yeah.
It depends on where you at. That's just being honest. A lot of things, it always depends on where you at. That's why we talked about him being able to move the court and different things he did. There's a lot of things y'all try to look at, you won't be able to see it because it's not given to you that way. A lot of things you got to look at how things are given, how things are done. You start to pay attention to the order. I look at things a lot different. A lot of times how y'all look at stuff, you'll look at it with your natural eye and you're going to miss it. You'll miss it. Mm-hmm. You'll see. Listen, this is Romans 15:4.
For whatever Nikatah before.
Whatever was written before.
Nikatah Talamadas.
That's the only reason we're written. I realize that. See, y'all see that, y'all hear me read this all the time. You really don't know what you're doing. Whatever was written before, it was written to teach us. That's why I know what I'm teaching, because I'm teaching what was established before. You just saying, well, this is where we started, you just running through it. I know exactly what he's saying.
Right.
It's all done because it's only one way for you to be saved. You can't be saved another way. The problem becoming why you have all these different assemblies, cathedrals, and movements, and tribes and counts, because everybody trying to make their own way. That's something you do, like when Jacob did, when they'll try to say he made his own way when he left from Laban. Y'all remember that? But you wouldn't be right if you said that. You would actually be inaccurate. Yahuwah told him to get to his Abba, get back to the house of his Abba. He was not trying to make his own way. We say things sometimes, but you really don't know what you're saying.
Right.
Because you get well, you know what I mean? No, I really don't.
Right.
Because he did not make his own way. Yahuwah actually told him what to do. That's why he left.
Right.
When he saw how Laban was already treating him, and he saw it, and when Yahuwah told him, it all intersected in a line for him to move and to do what he did. So if you say, he went on and got out and made his own way, you would be inaccurate. And you would do that because you would only be looking at something with your natural eye. You have to pay attention to what he's doing. We even told y'all, therefore, we ought to get more
earnest heed
to the things which we heard.
Right.
At any time,
let them drift away.
You drift. Like y'all drifting. You'll start drifting. You don't realize, I watch out, some of y'all are drifting. Y'all drift. You don't even see it. I see it. Whatever written for a time, look what it was written for.
To alarm us.
To teach us, to show us, and to instruct us. He can't instruct me with something outside the book.
Right.
Not for the plan of salvation.
Right.
You can't do it. You can't say this and then you do something opposite outside the book and say, this is written for your learning, and then you teach me something outside the book. That's not going to be accurate. Because then you're going to start missing order.
Right.
Listen.
So that through endurance.
Going through with doing what?
I'll give him away.
Without quitting. That's why Shaul said in 2 Corinthians 4, and by through 3, as we have received this shower, what he said we do, we will fall. You ain't gonna believe it. You ain't gonna believe why they didn't faint. Because of the writings.
Right.
That's the order. Let me tell you why a lot of y'all quit while you stop. Because you don't know the order. You following after something else. That's what Shaul did. I'm not following after no cunningly devised fables. He said, I'm not doing it. You following cunningly devised fables. Let me tell you something. When they come down to these words, looking up words and doing stuff, we'll do that. I'll do that with you because I want you to just see something. I'll look it up with you and I can still place that. You know, they got people that can teach you etiquette when you sit down. They'll show you what side your napkin going, your fork, your serving spoon, your salad fork and spoon. I can do that with the word. I can show you where it go.
Yeah.
I can place that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Go figure. Go figure. I'm probably just talking. We'll see.
Yes, sir. So that through endurance
going
and through the nakum of the ketubim,
that be the comfort. See, when you're reading it, what keep you going too, you got to be able to get some consolation.
Right.
See, when, a lot of things that you do, and why a lot of time we get into situations we get into, because you don't ever get the nakum, you don't know how to properly use it. Kind of like Daud, when they try to get with Shaul, try to give him his armor, you ain't gonna believe it. He hadn't proved it. And you know why you can't do what you need to do? Because you haven't proved it. And you ain't gonna believe what the book told you to do.
Prove all things.
That's your skill set. Prove all things. So you can hold fast what good. See, you can't do it because you haven't proved it. See, when we're going through here, you got to try to follow the order. What I try to do, I don't try to lead myself. There's a lot of stuff you can look at, you can read, and you can study, you can pick up. But a lot of stuff when you look at, you got to make sure you take your real time when you're dealing with it. Okay, I'll just tell y'all something. You got to take your time. Because a lot of time when you're moving, you'll have to come back and you have to go right back over what you've done. You'll make a lot of mistakes. Because you got to make sure when you're looking, what's your intent?
Right.
You know, I'm going to tell you something. Y'all, for people that play athlete, you know how people have lost games? Trying to prove something to somebody else.
Yeah.
I probably made that up. Y'all never seen that before?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I got to show it. He did it. I'm finna show him, and you lose sight of what the game is.
Yeah.
You do it. It happens all the time. That happens. Individual efforts. You got to be real careful when you're looking, because you'll see exactly what you want to say. Yeah. I'm not trying to see what I want to see. I want to see what he want me to say.
Right.
That's a difference. That's a difference. Pay attention to order. You get a waiter, they bring you back something, sit it down here. I order a red snapper with a baked potato and some fries, and they brought me back a hamburger with some onion rings and some water with an empty glass. I said, you didn't pay attention to nothing I said. You should have paid attention to the order. A lot of times what happened, y'all have misordered. Stop studying your own stuff. I tell y'all all the time, you're going to mess up every time. I'm going to tell you honestly, y'all don't realize it'll mess you up every time. I watch out, y'all have to pay attention to what y'all doing. He don't give you direction and then he tell people, well, you try to see what you find in yourself. That doesn't make sense. Mm-hmm. See, you're trying to get everybody to speak the same thing. Mm-hmm. The only way that's gonna happen, everybody gotta need to know the same conversation. Everybody gotta hear the same thing in order for them to speak the same thing. You gotta know what you're speaking. You gotta know what you're saying. Otherwise, that's what Shaul talked about, people trying to be desired to be teachers of the Torah. He said, you don't even know what you said. You don't even know what you confirmed. A lot of times, y'all don't pay attention. Y'all pay attention, watch what I do. What I do, I'm gonna tell y'all something. This is the truth, man. The studying a lot of these folks been doing, I don't have to do it.
Yeah.
I don't have to come in with no note cards. I don't have to come in with no fingerprint, none of this stuff people do. And I try to say a whole lot about that, as Shaul said. I don't want people to think more of me than what they do. Because see, then he'll have to do something to me. But you don't understand that either. How many of y'all don't understand that? Oh, some of them say they do. I appreciate the people that say they don't. See, that's what they call honest. I'm gonna say, you know, let me tell you what some of them said, and you can raise your hand. I think I know what that means. How many of y'all said that in yourself? I think I know what that means. See the hand, look at the hands on. Look at the hands of people. Raise them up higher. The question was I said, how many of y'all know what that means? If you don't know what it means, it was to raise your hand. Don't think it. That means you don't know. Right. See, I got to look at, he don't have no in between. It's either or, either you do or you don't. Right. That's how we get to it. But a lot of times y'all try to do, I don't want to say I don't because I might do. If I don't, if it comes, then what it'll do, it will clarify. It'll verify. You see what I'm saying? Don't try to be smarter than what you are. Just take, y'all really don't believe when I tell you something. I know y'all might laugh and some say, preacher, he shouldn't say that. I'm really not smart. I'm really not smart. Believe it, I'm not even saying that to be funny. I'm really not. I know you would think more of it. The reason why I'll be smart to you is because of what he does with me. That's why it looks intelligent to you. I'm really not that smart at all. Listen, I cannot read, I cannot spell, terrible penmanship, the whole nine. But I do more with this than you'll ever do with every degree you'll get.
Yeah.
Every degree you'll get will be wasteful. Mm-hmm. True. Go figure. And he only did that. You know why he did it? Because he likes to confine the wise.
That's right. That's right.
Wise, you're saying you're wise, and he's going to show you you've been in your own conceit. Yeah. So then we see that, and then the consolation going to come through the, what's this now?
Ketubim.
So you might have what?
Tikva.
And you only have no, and you know why you sorrow? You ain't going to believe why you sorrow? Because you have no hope. Mm. Which means you ain't going to believe it. You don't know what you're doing.
Right.
You sorrow like other people because you know you don't have no hope. Let me tell y'all something. This right here, the average of you guys have failed. Because you don't know what you're doing. None of this is working for you. And you don't know why it ain't working. Because he's trying to show you, you really don't know what you're doing. You had to really take your time. You got to stay conscious. I had a conversation with ahkym last night. I was talking to him about something last night. And just trying to see. And it showed me where everybody think, where everybody level's at. It gave me an opportunity to kind of see what it was on some things. But then it made me wonder about all of y'all. When I put stuff up, I say stuff, just take your time and watch it. I don't say nothing I can't prove. But I like to give y'all time to see where y'all at. That'll come in with extra reading and studying. When I'm teaching, I wouldn't do it. Mm-hmm. You'll miss something. You'll miss something. I'm sure y'all miss a lot. Listen, when he was on the 2, I was explaining them last night. This to help all us to know people on the screen. I done told y'all self-studying gonna show y'all out. Don't do it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
I just wouldn't do it. Take your time. Because I'm going to tell you how things will work too. Whatever ain't right, he going to show it up.
That's right.
Whatever ain't right, he gonna show it up.
That's right.
You take your time, you watch, you wait, and just see how things work out.
Right.
Why do you think he told him to consider what I say? Because sometimes at the minute you won't catch it, but you'll speak faster than you need to. Yeah. You take your time, you'll watch how things actually operate out, how things play. I had to learn that too. You didn't believe it. Your code told y'all what to do. What did it say? As soon as you get an opportunity to say something about what?
Slow to speak.
Be real slow to speak.
Right.
Because you can put yourself in a situation that could be condemnable. This will help all y'all out for real. Because what happened, and we're going to change the order. I heard y'all when I was coming in, y'all was so loud when y'all came in that door. I said, a lot of order. We out of order. I hear any kid just laughing loud. I was in my office. I said, the order. We got to change the order. And this is why a lot of things won't come to a lot of us, because a lot of us don't realize you'll do stuff and you get out of order. He can't work out of order. He can only work in order. Just to help y'all out, it's an order when you do things. Just pay attention, just watch when they do things. A lot of stuff, if you wait, he'll prove it out. It be for a reason. It's for a reason. He'll take you away for a reason, and he'll come right and he'll bring you a different way for a reason. But you have to pay attention and wait before you start to jump, and you'll go against it. Take your time first of all to see where's he going. Y'all got it?
Yes, sir.
I know this is kind of far into us, but I want us to kind of get to a point so we can get to an understanding so we don't be so far behind. There's a lot of things we do that have to change. Like now y'all started coming in before 1:30, which is better. How many of y'all will get lag, just try to, just get him, long get about 1:30, get close as you can to 1:30. Nobody used to do that? Nobody? See? So what happened? You see the direction change.
Right.
See, if the direction don't change, you stay in the same way. And y'all don't realize it plays a part in other things you do. Like y'all unattentive when I'm teaching. I watch everything going to him. Y'all just don't know I watch it. I don't miss nothing. I just let y'all keep going. Because I know what y'all doing. I said, well, that's where you at. And where you at always gonna prove you out in your work too.
Right.
You watch a kid in the school, you look at their work. I know where you at. Especially if you done taught it, you went over, you said, well, I know where you at. You've been doing something else. I do that fun. I ask people, as I see them do it, I said, who teach you? Who taught you that? So if y'all take y'all time and just watch and see. Things happen for a reason. When y'all deal with a person like Yahusha, you can't pin him down to what you try to use in your mind, because you really don't know what you're doing. You have to pay attention. Let me tell you what, this help us out. You're dealing with somebody that came a certain direction, okay? And because of the way he came, you have to really pay attention to him, because it's outside of the scope of how we work. You came in through what they call grace and truth, okay? The problem you got, he came to give it to you, but I didn't come the way you're thinking. That's your problem. I came before you got that. I came before you got your Torah. And when I came under it. So you need to pay attention to what I'm doing. You miss too much. You'll sit down and you'll try to catch something you can't possibly catch because you're looking in the wrong direction. Hello?
Right.
I'm just helping y'all out. You're looking in the wrong direction. That's why he bringing us back a certain direction now, because too many of us, we really don't know what we're doing.
Right.
And they try to bring us back to try to show you really don't know what you're doing if you're trying to do that. Because the way we came, it's imperative that he bring us back this way before we get to the end.
Right.
Because there's no way you get, I'm going to start a race, I just get to the finish line, and other people got there. They said, I was at the start. How did you get him? Well, I just walked over him. There ain't no proper way to win no race. Everybody else start at the line. You stand up here to finish telling something. Well, long as I'm him. Ain't that what's important? No, because the book clearly told you that you can't crown a man unless he do it
lawfully.
How? Take the Leo. How you gonna have to do it? Law. He had to do it by the law. You cannot crown a man unless it's by the law. See, that's another defect. I just start showing you chinks. You'll have chinks in your armor. Y'all really don't pay attention. You can't crown a man. He told you the lawful and you went with the suffix. Pay attention. You can't crown a man until you do it by the law. And that's where we mess up at. But because you came in through grace, your grace and mercy, and you walked up to the finish line, you think you have the same advantage, or you think you have an advantage, or you thinking that you have the same aptitude that the people had that came through the Torah. You actually don't, because you don't understand what he did. Right. That's just being honest. We don't understand. So that's why we're coming back and we're trying to get a better understanding of things. This is, while we're on this side, it's the best side. When you get on the other side, that's the wrong side. Y'all follow me?
Yes, sir.
This side is the only side you'll get this right.
Right.
You won't get this right on the other side.
Right.
So he brings us all the way back through to try to show you there are things that you will assume you know, you really don't know. Mm-hmm. I'll help y'all out. Let's see how it works out right quick. Let's look at something. See how we do this. How we do this? There's so many different ways. That's why they had to sit down and watch him. There's so many different things that are happening that are going on that you have to really sit back and you have to look at. Let's look at that 8th chapter we could at the book of Auryah. I know sometimes, it's easy to look at me and look like anybody can do it. You really can. You just get your pen and a board, read you some verses, look up you some words. Really, you can do it, and you can jump up, you can do it. But what I try to get y'all to do is to pay attention to some things. That's all I want to do, especially for ahkym. I try to really get us on a pattern of how we do that. I was talking about last night how the ahkym is kind of really not together like it needs to be. A lot of y'all kind of separated, kind of off to yourself. You kind of keep to yourself. And I know what happens with that. You grade yourself, you justify yourself, and it's very dangerous. I was mentioning to him last night. It's terrible. It's really terrible. How y'all are. But I mean, it's good. It works for you though. This is what I try to look at. I say it works for you. This is the only problem you got. You're trying to convince somebody who don't even believe it. You know what I'm saying? It don't make no sense to convince me because I know it does not work. So I said, well, okay, that's where you're at. I had to start looking at, you have to look at where people at because it makes a difference on your decisions. It makes a difference on your progress. It makes a difference on how well or not he elevates you or not, or where he'll base you. Mm-hmm. Everything makes a difference. Y'all just don't know it. You have to take your time and really pay attention to follow. Unlike y'all, and I told y'all, please don't text me and tell me, preacher, I want to come. No. Stay where you are. And it's important that you stay where you are because you have to see where your defects are because you've been going away for a reason. And you're not honest when you try to do it. Unlike y'all, I had the opportunity to stay around my pastor. Dealt with him a lot. Talked with him a lot. We did a lot of things together. So it gave me an opportunity to watch a lot of things, to pattern, to see things where I could see things where it was different, look at another way of doing it, but to pay attention and to watch. Mm-hmm. And a lot of times, y'all don't follow the pattern. You don't understand that. That worked for me. I remember sometimes he would have a meeting with a member. He said, come in the office with me. I would come in the office, I'd sit down, I didn't know why. He would be meeting with somebody, I would just sit down. And he would just talk to him. I watched him from his mannerisms to how he would sit, how he would watch, how he would shake his head, or he would agree with them or not. He would just look. I looked at how much time he would wait before he would answer. I looked at when he would explain something to him, he would talk to him, and I never said one word. I never just said, you know what I never said that. I just sat there, I just looked and I would watch. I watched the person he would talk to and I watch him. And he would just explain stuff. I would pay attention to his mannerisms when he would do stuff. Then when he would get through, he let her go. He would sit back, he asked me, what was my opinion? Now I would let him know in my mind, I'm looking, I'm thinking, I would probably say this. I wasn't saying that, I'm just thinking in my mind, I'm watching him, I'm looking, and then get through, I watch how he did it, I say, okay. It gave me another perspective of looking at things. And I kind of understood why he did certain things and why certain things he didn't do them. A lot of times what y'all to do, you'll look at something and you'll jump the gun. Pay attention to why I do stuff. Pay attention to everything. But again, y'all ain't gonna believe it, this comes with a skill set too. Those people that sat down when Yahusha was down, they told you they sat down to do what? Sometimes you got to do it. You know, sometimes you have a kid keep moving around. Boy, get somewhere and sit down. That's what they did. He was already being still, but he was still moving. That's why they sat down to watch him. Sometimes you have to get yourself together to sit back and look and say, he's doing something. Let me just watch it.
Right.
I want to help y'all out. With the showering them, I might come off rough. I know Boston, I had to get on you a couple of times publicly, and we talked, we did. I'm gonna tell you why. Nobody get a pass, it'll help you. People will watch y'all, and Justin and Malcolm, when I do things, y'all watch it and pay attention. People will watch you. See, it ain't just, anybody can get up here and teach. It's how you take correction and how you move that'll kill you. People will pay attention to things like that to see, because people will gain more sometimes from your humility and how you do things, and when you teach it, then people pay attention. I had to take some correct, I had to take some hard stuff. I did. My pastor, I wanted to cry, he said nothing, I just sat there, I took it. He knew too I was hurt. You know, he just can't, he got back with me. I knew what he was doing. I didn't say nothing. I said, I took it. But I didn't know, I didn't feel good. It really did not. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't sitting there telling myself, oh man, this thing making me. Oh, no blank, I didn't. I was sitting there saying, oh my goodness, that thing just hurt too. But you know what? It made me.
Yeah.
I had to sit there, I took it. I ain't say nothing either. I did not say one word. I sat there, I took it. He knew too. He tried to come around, he was like, he said, bro, smell, he was trying, I said, yes, sir. I just kind of moved on. He knew how, when he did, he could tell. He said, he hurt now. I need to repair that with him to kind of get him to where it don't kill him, it don't take it. It really wasn't a big deal. It just hurt me when he did it. It really wasn't. And it just showed me that sometimes you can be big on a lot of things, but look, like you remember that movie with Denzel Washington? What that was, how big the stuff was, what it was?
Little things.
You ain't gonna believe it. It was the little things. And that little thing just kind of showed me where I was. I said, It kind of told, when you dish out things, you have to consider when things come back to you. This will help y'all out. Even I'm not getting on the ahkym and different things I might say to y'all, not as much as I need to get on y'all, because y'all can use a lot more tightening up, because y'all slip. I know you slip off at your mouth. I know you get out the way and you don't realize it's gonna be to your destruction. A lot of stuff y'all do, you just don't pay attention. But things will happen like they're supposed to happen. And that's what I'm coming to realize. The time I waste arguing with you, it won't even be worth the time. Because you should know. You know what I'm saying? Certain things you should know, certain things you should pay attention to and try to see. Don't try to see your own way. Because there are things that you won't see. Okay. Jump right quick, we gotta go a whole different direction. Book of Shaphatim, 6. No, Alaph Malakym, the 6th chapter. Let's see what I want. They call it First King, Alaph. Six. Let me see. Let's say about 6 or 9. Let's see what they say. Alaph Malakym 6, I think about verse 9. Probably read down, we'll see how it works out. Listen.
So he built the Byth and finished it, and he covered the Byth with beams and planks of cedar. He also built the chambers against the whole Byth, each 5 cubits high, and they were fastened to the Byth with timbers of cedar. Now the Dabary of Yahuwah came to Shalomah, saying, concerning...
Hold on for a second. Make that, say that second. Say that second, Malakym. See, that's what happens when you don't have no notepad. You'll mess up. So you got to stay real humble. Like my bitch, stay humble. Listen.
Verse 9?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. And the Ish of Elohim shalak to the Malach of Yasharal, saying, beware that you do not pass this Malkum, for the Arameans are coming down there. The Malach of Yasharal shalak to the Malkum, about which the Ish of Elohim spoke to him. Thus he warned him, so that he guarded himself there, not once nor twice. Now the Lob of the Malach of Aram was enraged over this thing,
Yeah.
and he Yakra his abadim and said to them, shall you not tell me who of us is for the Malak of Yasharal? One of his abadim said, no, my Adon, O Malak, but Auryah the Nabi, who is in Yasharal, tells the Malak of Yasharal the Dabary that you speak in your bedroom. So he said, go and see where he is, that I may shalak and take him. And it was told him, saying, behold, he is in Dothan. And he shalak horses and chariots in a great Saboth there, and they came by Layla and surrounded the city. Now when the attendant of the Ish of Auryah had come early, when the attendant of the Ish of Elohim had come early and gone out, behold, a Saboth with horses and chariots was circling the city. And his Abad said to him, alas, my Adon, what shall we do? And he said, do not Yara.
Don't fear?
Yes, sir.
What happened?
For those who are with us
are what?
More than those who are with them.
Good talk, good conversation. What the man going with? What did he do? Oh, go ahead.
Then Auryah palal and said, O Yahuwah, I palal, open his that he may see. And Yahuwah opened the of the abadim, and he saw. And behold, the har was full of horses and chariots of fire all around Auryah.
And what happened?
And when they came down to him, Auryah palal to Yahuwah and said,
do what?
Strike this Gui with blindness, I palal. So he struck them with blindness according to the Dabary of Auryah. And Auryah said to them, this is not the Darak, nor is this the city. Go after me, and I shall bring you to the Ish whom you seek.
See that? He wound up leading them. They came to try to lead him somewhere. He wound up taking them somewhere. They didn't even see what they thought they saw. They had no idea. It was more surrounding them than what they had. The Ish Elohim, and you remember the blind man told him, hadn't it been said by any man open the eyes of the blind? He couldn't do it unless he was Elohim. He couldn't do it unless he was Elohim. So it's just things that we try to sit back and we try to take our time to do. And I appreciate Yahuwah for slowing us down to get us to a point of understanding and watching things and seeing things really for what they are. Because a lot of times you will assume or think you do that, and this happened to me. It happens to all of us. And when it happened, you have to be real careful that your law can't be lifted up. You have to make sure your law, even with this, that's what happened. See, a lot of times when I was fighting, the old preachers and I were doing things, my law was lifted up. So you know what I did? I was enraged just like that man was, and you won't see what you think you see. What you see, you don't actually see. So that's why you learn to kind of take your time and learn how to show some humility. And when he told you what to do, humble yourself.
Under,
what is under?
Yes, sir.
Subort it. Then he'll exalt you in due time. And these are things sometimes we miss. And people are looking there wanting. You can want something before it's the time. Y'all got it? Let's get that Galatians right quick, 4:1. Galatians 4:1. Listen.
Now I say to the heir.
So that's what he said. That's what he said to the inheritor. He said, I say this to the heir. What happened?
Every time that he is a Yalid, he
every
has
time,
nothing.
He's talking to every one of them. They're going to come and possess of something. As long as you're a child, you ain't going to believe it. Listen.
He has nothing between him and an Abad.
See that? You just like the rest of the students. Because you hadn't came in your possession. Hello? Yes, sir. Nobody gave the homage to the Shalakim they called the apostle, not until Yahushua left. They hadn't come into their possession. You think folk were going around asking Kaph, men and brethren, what should we do when Yahushua was him? For what? For what? You hadn't come into your possession. You hadn't different from nobody else in him. So you should be doing what they do. That's what he just said to them. Listen what he said.
Although according to that he is the Adon of everything.
See that? Although he don't come in possession of. What happened?
But he is under the hand of guardians and under the best of officials.
If you're under, see that? He under subordinates. See, that was the thing even with Yahusha, when he came down, when Caiaphas told him to tell him nothing but their might. That's why he had to answer him, because he remember, I'm under subordinates.
Right.
I hadn't come into my own yet.
Right.
That's why that's why he told you he was serving. And you missed that. So are you. You serving. So there's no difference between you and them. Y'all see? So it don't make sense to tell you that and we do something opposite. See, if you pay attention to that, that's all what you got right quick. He said, now, all they're going to come in possession of, okay? Let me see. Let's see how we work this out. Let's work with this right quick. 24:44. Auryah. They call it Luke. $24.44. Did they turn it? The air not on, is it? That's a slight chill. Just give him a little shake off. I don't want to heat him up. I don't want to heat me up too bad in him while they're going. Somebody told me I was going a little fast. So I don't want to go too fast. I want to make sure we all get it at the end of the day. That's the goal. Yes, that's the goal. Unless Yahuwah see fit, he don't want you to get it now. I can't do nothing about that now. He don't want you to get it. That's not in my hand. All I can do is what he get me to do. If you don't get it now, like he said, that means you lost. If you don't get it now, that means you lost. That's why you have to get a more earnest heed. If you don't get no otherwise, that means you lost. Listen.
He said to them, these are the Dabary which I spoke to you
when?
While I was still with you.
While I was still with you. I'm still going to be with you speech. I'm getting ready to go. I'm getting ready to go. So you know what I want to do right now? I want to do what they call, I want to refresh your memory. Pay attention to speech. I'm telling you, these are the words I spake you while I was yet with you. I'm telling you, I'm getting ready to leave. That
every katab about me shall surely be fulfilled in the Torah of Mushah and in the Nabaim and in the Tahalim.
Do what? Come
then
on.
He opened their lob.
They do what?
To, but not the Ketubim.
See that with that? So they could understand it. That's what he was there for. He had to open their understanding. They had the writings, and they've had them, and he constantly been speaking to them about them. But to just be honest with you, that don't mean you understand them. A lot of people, let me tell you something. A lot of people had these writings, and they got words, languages, and all of that. They don't understand these writings because they're not looking for the right thing. It's a show-off contest. They're trying to see who the smartest, or who got the most, or who got the biggest stick, who got the biggest curtain rod on their back. This is simplistic. It's really more simplistic than what it is. What you look at with them, it's a culture as well. Okay, a lot of these guys banking everything on 10 Commandments, but this man gave them structure. He gave them, there was a civilization.
Right.
And when you're in a civilization, you have to learn how to live in a civilization. You ain't gonna believe it. Has anyone ever came here, anyone here ever got citizenship to be an American citizen? Has anyone had to get it? Did they shake your hand and they said, welcome to America? That was it? You're gonna get a check. She said, yep, that's what they did. You was steady shaking your head. Come get your white check. Go ahead. So what did you have to do? Had to swear. What else you had to do? You didn't have to take no test? Oh, you was a little small kid. What about your parents? She had to take tests? What, she took a test on about her country, where she came from? Why would she have to take, her test should have been about where she came from, shouldn't it? The laws of this country. That's amazing. Go figure that. They had to learn the laws of the country. Explain to me, how exactly you supposed to get this thing, you don't even know the laws of this thing?
Right.
Because it's too much you don't know. Y'all spend too much time trying to duck around something. Take your time. It's too much you don't know. Right quick, get to 19, Ephesians. We'll come back. Listen.
Therefore, you are no longer strangers and aliens, but you are beneath of the fellow citizens with the
Fellow who now?
fellow citizens with the Kodashim.
Probably just walked them, got the right hand of fellowship. Walked right up to the finish line. Everybody else came around from the start. Ra SHyth came back, and you walked straight up to the line. You got yours. Don't work like that.
That's right.
There's no way you could have became a citizen. You didn't know the rituals, the statutes, the commandments. You had to know how we operate. You have to understand how we operate. These are things people have no idea what they're doing. People, because this is this stuff that I told you, you're just gonna walk on up in high and take your seat in the kingdom. I want you to take mine. I'll be selling with aluminum Holy Ghost bat. Ain't that right? So that bat don't exist, but it gonna hurt. And that's crazy. Because a lot of times we keep trying to go through these methods and keep trying to do things. Though I tell y'all, pay attention, because it's dangerous. A lot of things you can do become dangerous. And we're coming back to clean up a lot of things we've been doing because you don't realize it's detrimental to your soul. A lot of things y'all understand, detrimental to your nefesh. And we've been reckless. A lot of things we have not sat back and really considered. I text y'all, for some reason I say, consider your latter end. Because when you make a decision, you got to look at the outcome of that decision. That outcome can be the thing that kill you. Hello?
Yes, sir.
Irrational moves and things you do, you have to pay attention. Involuntary movements, you have to pay attention. Those are not normal. They don't sit around white people, so they're doing like, they say, you try to do that. They say, oh, that's normal. That's not normal. Something's wrong with that. Because it's an order. Those things should move by the operation of the brain. That's what Yahuwah is trying to control the mind. See, when you're doing other things, those movements you're doing outside of the bar, outside of the mar, those are involuntary because he never told you to do it. Those are involuntary, and those are detrimental, and those are hurt you. What'll kill us a lot of time is following. That's why he told you to follow his footsteps. Because in your mind, you'll think you are. You're actually not. It's detrimental. It's imperative that everybody we look at fixing and cleaning up and doing and getting things back to the proper order. Y'all got it?
Yes, sir.
And that's what happened with Yasharal when they was in Jerusalem. Things looked like they was on a certain order, looked like they was in a proper order. That's why he had to tear them down. He had to tear them down because it wasn't right. Y'all got it?
Yes, sir.
So you have to understand, you're dealing with a man that works in construction. I ain't talking about myself. That's what he construct things. So in constructing things, he look at whether he deems he leave it, he said tear it down. He can do it. He can disannul it. Right? He said just disannul it. He can get rid of the whole thing. That's why you have to really pay attention to things he does into order to make sure you still operate inside of the will. A lot of things you're doing and making sure is that what he desires. Hello?
Yes, sir.
A lot of people don't know. As before in the book of Micah, he want to know about the same thing about that. But what is the thing that Yahuwah desire? And will he be pleased with? A lot of stuff you do, he's not pleased with it. He's not pleased with it. But you do it anyway because it's another spirit. That's why y'all have to be careful about stuff. There's only one ruach that he sets down for subjection that people be subjected to. You're subjected to a different ruach. That's not good. I tell you now, that's like Ali told his son, the things you do are not good. Okay. So we just happy. So we talked about the heir loans of the child, but we moved on to show you some of the 24th chapter of the book of Auryah. 24, 44 here, 45, 46,
Yes, sir.
46,
45.
45. Then what did he do?
He opened their lob
He
to
opened
Banah the
their
Ketubim.
minds. So they could do what?
Banah the Ketubim.
So that's right. So so they have a skill set. See, they had the writing, you ain't gonna believe it. They didn't have the skill though with it. They didn't have the skill. So a lot of times people got these letters, man, I got the writers, and you can keep them because I'm watching you. If you had them right, it's a certain order you'll be keeping. He told you, ever learning, and you can mess around and never come into the knowledge of the truth. So there's a lot of studying read you can do. I'm just telling you, a lot of study you can do. You have to be real careful with things you do. There's a reason why he patterns things a certain way. Listen, everything in the writings are essential or critical. These are critical writings, okay? They determine to do and what not to do. But you got to be careful when you start running through and taking things, because you won't really know what you're doing and you'll make a mess. And then it affects you in the fight, because see, now it's a matter of how you take correction, how you do it. It'll show on you too. And it'll show it more to your hurt than it'll be to your benefit. Watch it. Listen.
He said to them,
How many of y'all forgot while we was over here, while we were reading this? Let me see. Y'all see the hand? Look at the hand. How many people forgot? Okay. All right, that's good. Let's go. Let's see if I forgot. Listen.
he said to them,
What did he say?
thus it is katab,
Thus
and,
is Katab,
and thus it is decreed
and it's decreed.
that the Mashiach shall be afflicted and shall come from the moot on the
See
third
that? He's
year.
going to be afflicted. He's going to get up the third day.
And the repentance should be proclaimed in
See
his
that?
Shem,
And that's what, and you're going to proclaim that repentance is in his Shem. Listen.
and the forgiveness of Kataim
And the forgiveness of sin
among all the Goim,
among all Goim.
beginning with Jerusalem.
See that? Beginning at Jerusalem.
You are witnesses of these things.
See that, right? You see that? They were witnesses. You ain't going to believe it. Now, this put them in a position, they put them in a bad position, Lee. Yeah, messed them up. Because they were going to have to tell what they done seen and heard. See, you wouldn't know that, would you? That'd be the 5th chapter of Uyakra. See, whether you seen it or heard it, you're supposed to tell it. You ain't going to believe it. I didn't miss it. And I'm reading it with you. This is a matter of skill set. It's levels to this. Listen.
And behold, I am sending the Shaba of my Abba upon you.
Yeah.
As for you, remain in the city of Jerusalem until you are clothed with strength from the heights.
That's what he just told them. And you know what he just told them right now? Until you come in your possession. That's why you didn't pay attention to it. I was telling you about the heir. As long as he was a child, he differed nothing from the rest of them. That's why they couldn't tell these people nothing to do until he had left and they had taken on the authority. That's why he could tell them what they needed to do. Now he told you that the child, that the heir, although he is an heir now, what did he tell you? What he told you? What separated him between anybody else? Absolutely nothing. They had to do the same thing. Pick up and say that the 6th chapter of the book of Acts of the Shalom. What we say Acts is? Do something. What? This is something they did. Listen. Listen.
And in those Yamym, as the Talmudim increased, there arose a grumbling of the Hellenistic Yahudim against the Abarim, on which their widows.
So whatever reason, when he went back to start trying to, he wanted to go back to their first name. That's what they was, the Greeks, Hellenistic. They changed their name to Greeks, and that's what everybody ran with. Everybody, that's what they do. People try to clean themselves up. I still see you. I remember they changed their name too. I still see you. That's the Greeks. That's what they were, Hellenese. That's why people say they folk give you pure hell. They give you Greek. Go look to your school lessons. Pure hell. Go look at your language. Pure hell. Hellenistic is Greek. All right, come on.
On which their widows were being overlooked of their eyes, as they are undervalued during the daily distribution.
That's what they were undervalued, overlooked in the daily distribution. What happened? How many of y'all don't know why we're here? Why we're reading this hand? Okay, let's go. We'll see if I don't know. Let's go.
The 12 summoned the multitude of the Talmudim and said, It is not desirable for us to neglect the Dabary of the Elohim
And do what?
and serve the tables.
Who served tables? So what they just told you? Just told you they came in their possession. You ain't gonna believe this. It's levels to it.
Yeah.
You read it, I prove it. That's all there, just a couple of adjustments. That's why I tell a lot of stuff people really don't know. You'll be jumping back and forth, you won't really know. That's what I told you. You'll be dotting about and you'll be strife for questions.
Yeah.
I'm just telling you, I already know how this operates. You take your time. Now this ain't about me, this about Yahuwah just trying to get to see there's an order and you miss the order, you also miss the plan of salvation. See, things have to be done a certain type of way. Go back to that 4th chapter, book of Galatians right quick. I just went across there right quick just show you. We're making transition and changes. Hello?
Yes, sir.
All right. This is the 4th chapter. We'll start at 1 again. The heir, this I say, what did it say now?
Now I say to the heir,
I say this to the heir.
every time that he is a Yalit,
Every time he is a child.
he has nothing between him and an abad.
That ain't no petition. You know, typically what you'll put between is a petition. He said the same thing. That's what he just said. It's nothing between you. Typically you'll partition certain things to separate it. He just said there ain't no difference. Come on.
Although according to that he is the Adon of everything.
Although he's the one that's gonna come in possession and rule. Come on.
But he is under the hand of guardians
See that? He's under the hand of guardians.
and under the breath of officials
See that? And got a house of officials. Come on.
until the time is appointed by the Abba for him.
What happened?
So also we, while we were small, were enslaved to the elements of the Elam.
So you have became Gadol. That'd be great one. You haven't become a great one yet. So that's what he tried to tell you. He said, although when we were small, what happened?
We were enslaved to the elements of the Elam.
He used to call you the children of Yasharal. Why do you think he called you the children of Yasharal and then he moved you to calling you just Yasharal? But they didn't pay attention. They had no idea. It don't make no difference.
Right.
Just word play. That's all you're doing, playing with words. It's not playing with words. He knew exactly what he was saying. He told you that when Yasharal was what was it? A grown man? What did he say I did? He said, I harmed him. He said, I called my being out of Mitzrayim. That's what he told you. He was trying to let you know, but you'd have missed it. What did Yasharal tell you? What did Yeshayahu tell you? Under you were going to get a grown man? You're getting a child. He was going to be a child. So you should have paid attention. Then he let you know, you should have known as a child he was not finna come in here full possession or nothing. That he was going to have to grow. Like he told you to grow in kahan. And I'm looking real small. You had to really pay attention to how he does things and how things operate. Pick me up if you would. Let's see something. See that the 22nd chapter of the book of Mathayahu, 22 and about 40. Listen.
On these 2 commandments hang the whole Torah.
See what 18 say right quick. Verse 18 for whatever reason more than 2. Let me see what that say. Listen.
But Yahushua knew their Rosha and said, hypocrites, why are you testing me?
What's 18? What's 16 say?
Yes,
What's
sir.
beginning when we start talking? Why he call him hypocrite? So we don't start. I need to find out why he call him a hypocrite. Why he tested? What happened? What verse? What we started? 15?
That was 18.
I know. I said, well, I'm going to get to start the conversation. Give me 15. See if 15 start that conversation.
Yes, sir.
Now, that's a type. I can't just start out hollering, hypocrite test me. I mean, for me, I need to find out, I just come into something like that. You know what I'm saying? I got to like come back and try to find out how we got to the conversation of a hypocrite. That's kind of rough right off the rip. Listen.
Then the Parashim left and deliberated how they might make him stumble in the Dabary of his pa.
They were trying to make him stumble with the Dabary, with his mouth.
That's right.
Listen.
They shalak their Talmudim to him.
They sent their taught ones to him.
And with them along with Herodes, Herodes's Anashim,
And with Herodes Anashim, what happened?
saying, Muray, we know that you are a ish of Amat,
So we know you're a teacher of the truth.
and teach the Darak of Elohim in Amat.
And you teach the way of Elohim in truth.
That's right.
What happened?
And it does not concern you about the presence of anyone.
It don't even bother you about other folk don't even bother me. You know right? Shoe shine, don't bother me. Shoe shine, don't bother. You ever seen somebody get mad, their shoe get shine to a man start that hurt me. Shoe shine, don't bother me. Don't bother me. Listen.
For you are not partial to the Pani of Adam.
See that? You're not partial to men. So a lot of times folk they partial. I had to be impartial. Listen.
Then say to us, what do you think? is it permitted to pay taxes to Caesar or not? But
Wow.
Yahushua knew their Rosha and said, hypocrites, why are you testing me? Show me the tax coin.
Yes.
So they brought him a dinar. He said to them, this image and the inscription which is on it, of who are they?
Yes.
They said to him, of Caesar. And he said to them, then give to Caesar what belongs to Caesar, and to Elohim what belongs to Elohim.
That's what he said. You get a Caesar what's Caesar, get an Elohim what belong to Elohim. Go ahead.
When they shama this, they were amazed. So they left him alone and went away.
Yeah.
On that Yom, some Sadakim approached him,
Yeah.
and they who say there is no resurrection of the moot, they asked him, saying, Muray, behold, Musha said, if an ish moot without banim, his ox shall marry his asha, and comb up offspring for his ox.
Yes.
And there were 7 ahkym with us,
Yeah.
and the first married an asha, and then moot,
Yeah.
and had no offspring, leaving his asha to his ox. And as likewise also the second, and likewise also the third, unto the 7.
Yes.
After all of them, the asha also moot. Now, in the resurrection of the moot, whose asha of the 7 shall she be,
That's what they
since
wanna
all
know.
of them had her?
That's right. Since 7 guys had her when she died, when everybody get up in the resurrection, when they come her, who wife she gonna be? What did he tell them?
But Yahushua answered and said to them,
What did he say?
you are mistaken, in which you do not know the Ketubim, nor the power of the Elohim.
Tell them why, son.
For in the resurrection of the moot,
What they do?
they do not marry Nashim, nor are they given in marriage, but as the Malakym of Elohim in the Shamayim.
See that? They had made a mistake. They thought when folk die, like you heard people say that, they're right and put stuff, when I get to heaven, I see my mother there, I see my wife and my husband, and we'll be together, man. He said, you're mistaken. He said, I don't know where you could have possibly got that from. You're very much mistaken. That would be inaccurate. Verse 40. Come on, listen.
On these 2 commandments hang the whole Torah and the Nabaim.
Hold on, oh, that's 40, and he stayed there?
Yes,
We
sir.
can't start right there now. Hang the whole, these 2, I don't know what the 2 is. Take me to 36. Let me
Yes,
find out I
sir.
got the 2. Listen,
Muray, which one is the greatest commandment in the Torah.
okay, that make better sense. Go ahead.
And he said to him,
What he saying?
you shall ahab Yahuwah, your all, with all your lob, with all your nafash, and with all your da'af. This one is the greatest and the first commandment.
Yes.
And the second is similar to it.
What happened?
You shall ahab your fellow as yourself.
That's what it said. Your companion. So you're supposed to harbor just like yourself. What happened?
On these 2 commandments hang the whole Torah and the Nabaim.
That's what it said. It said that everything banking on this right here. Huh? That's what you do. You ain't gonna believe it. You take a rim, you hanging on the backboard. That's where it hanging at. He said everything hanging on this one. Huh? You ain't gonna believe it. You can bank off this. That's all they told him. You can bank off this. All right, listen.
And it came to pass when the Parashim were assembled, Yahushua asked them, saying,
What they asked?
what do you say about the Mashiach, whose being is he?
Yeah.
And they said to him, the ben of Daud.
Yes. Come on.
He said to them, then how could Daud by the Ruach call him Adon when he said, Yahuwah said to my Adoni,
He said-
sit
he
at my
said,
right
Adon.
hand.
Yahuwah said to my Adon. Isn't that right? That's what he said. Yahuwah is the Adon, but he said to my Adon. To do what?
Sit at my right
To
hand
sit at my right hand.
until I put your enemies, your footstool for your feet.
That's what he told him. How many of y'all that don't really make sense to you? That help out. Good. Because some of them raise their hand because they feel like they know it too. So it happens like that. So don't worry about it. When he's talking about his Adon, he's talking about Yahuwah being the supreme, the ruler. That's what he's talking about, Adon, master. He heard the master say to my master. And this is where they mess up. Nobody was over Daud. When he heard him say that, he was talking about somebody that was going to send from him. But the problem was going to be, he was an heir. which was gonna make him a child. And he wasn't gonna differ from nobody. But once he came into his possession, that's when he was gonna tell him. He just told you, I heard the master say to my master, is he telling you somebody was over him? No. He's talking about somebody that's gonna proceed from him. They missed it because he was talking about somebody who was gonna be an heir. Remember the heir, different nothing, but it's under what? And what else? And house rulers until when? Wow. So when exactly did he tell Yahusha to sit on his right hand? When he came down here on the lawn? When he was a servant? When he came up. Because now you have come into your possession.
Right.
See, a lot of them that raised their hand, don't worry about the people that didn't, because a lot of them really didn't either. They'll run around here, they've been walking up to baby, what they call baby Jesus, master. You understand? He just told you something that was kind of bad. He was also in the bar. I know that's simple, don't worry about it. I know that one tickle your fancy. That was just extra. It wouldn't tickle your fancy, because it's not about, what we're trying to do is get back to order, okay? That's the whole purpose, get back to order, because a lot of things we hadn't realized we have to come back through. Everybody has tried to convince us that the law is unessential, it's not needful, and they don't know what they're talking about. Because this is the pathway to get you to the door. You cannot just walk up to the door. There's a certain order and a method, and we missed it. So now he brings us back to say, let's go back the proper way and bring you. You find sometimes people come in and say, come on, they say, go back out and come around. You say, oh, shoot. And you remember, you've been somewhere to play, and somebody came and got you out and told you you had to go back out and come back. You said, oh, shoot, I got to go and go all the way back around here. Or drove in somewhere, you heard that you already you need to be there, like, no, go back. You're thinking, that don't make no sense. Why do you think that happened? So when you had to come back through this tour, you realize, that's why them people made me turn around. I was sitting up here mad and pissed off like, man, that's stupid, but I'm already right here. Why I gotta go all the way? You tell me I gotta go all, now I gotta go all the way. I'm gonna be in that line. That's the right way to do it. And you ain't see that? How else was you gonna understand it? That's why a lot of y'all fight me now, because you don't know the order. And because you don't know the order, certain things look like that's conducive, but it's not, it's destructive. It's important that you learn order when you do things. We're going to readjust how we do stuff. Y'all are too loud of people when y'all come in. I heard y'all getting walk, he was saying, man, y'all so loud coming in that door. I just turned around and looked. I said, much too loud. A lot of times I'm trying to tell you, I told y'all before already how y'all supposed to do things. Now, this is the sad part. You would never put that stuff in a Christian church. That's what's scary. How did you serve better in a Christian church than you serve with their might? Because it show you, you'll become reckless with their might because you'll have your own ideology. You know what, this is what y'all look at, what hurt us. This is what hurt us, and he show you what hurt you. Man, that Christian stuff had us all bound down. It gave you some principle things you should have kept, but you didn't. There was certain stuff you knew you couldn't do. There was certain, you know good way you couldn't. Them folks had to tell you about being too loud. Them folks what tell you about it. Them folks know you too loud. Them folk like that.
That's right.
Can't even hear. Y'all, I'm making this up. Ah! They said, that's it. They don't know the order. That's why he killed the people the first time when they took over the Byth. When they took over the Chamyshy, he killed them. He said, because they don't know the order. Because he needed them to learn, if this is something that you're going to take on, then you got to understand the full order of it. And a lot of things y'all guys don't understand the full order, and you assume and take things for granted. I know it's because we so far behind. How many times I told y'all that we behind?
Yeah.
We're really behind with a lot of information. And they'll look at what these kids say. Man, there's so much they got to learn. I'm like, they're not no further than you are. Right. I'm trying to figure out why I'm still doing addition with y'all. Because some stuff just not adding up to me. It's really not. Only thing multiplying is your transgressions. So I'm confused too how y'all doing this stuff mathematically. I'm very confused. Because at some point, if you see things are changing, you should be looking at it, and then you miss the odds. You missed them. So now we're trying to come back and really look at this thing and look at how imperative it is that we pay attention to things, okay? Let's look at right quick Ephesians 5:1. Y'all know this stuff before. This ain't nothing new. It's a little slow for y'all, ain't it? It'll help you, though. Come on. Ephesians 5:1. Listen.
Therefore, halak in the darkim of Elohim as
Therefore, he
kabi
wants you to listen. What he wants you to walk into what now?
in the darkim
In the ways
of the Elohim
of the Alahim.
as kabi banim,
Copy B as beloved. Listen.
and halak in Ahab,
And walk in a hob.
just as the Mashiach also has Ahab you,
See, just like he's a hob Jew. Listen.
and gave himself up for us as an offering
And gave
and a
himself
zabak
up for an offering
to Elohim
and a sacrifice.
for a fragrant aroma.
See that? Now, here we go right here. And this where your problem started, right here. He just told you what he just did. He just gave himself up. The man just offered himself. Can y'all believe that? This man had just came and offered himself for a offering and for a zabah, a sacrifice, for a sweet smelling savor. That's an aroma. Not savior comes saying for an aroma. This man has sat here and given himself up in these different categories, showing you how he operates and how he does this. Hello?
Yes, sir.
Let's see something for a second. Now, we make sure you're paying attention now. Don't do your own thing. Your own thing will get you off, okay? Let's go back and we're going to look at some things and try to see if we clarify, because now we got some issues going on right here. Because we're trying to find out, did he give himself to somebody else to do it? But it's saying, and he gave himself. That's a little different as an offering and a sacrifice for a sweet smelling aroma. Y'all got it? Now we try to make sure we pay attention now. That 4th chapter right quick, can we please get that? That 4th chapter. Matter of fact, let's do this. Let's get that. We'll hold that 4th chapter book of Galatians. Let's look at the 19th chapter book of Yahuchanan, 19 and 19. Let's work a different way. I got to put some on this side now. That's different. Let's see. That's 19 and 19. We'll do 18. How you going to be 19? You never been 18. Yahuchanan, 19 and 18. Listen.
They crucified him there and 2 other anashim with
That's
him.
what they did. They put him to death on a stake. Him and 2 other people. What happened?
One on each side,
One on each side.
and Yahushua in the middle.
And Yahusha was in the middle.
Pelotus wrote a tablet and placed it over the crucifixion.
So that he wrote a tablet and he wrote and put it over the crucifixion.
This was the wording of its inscription.
This what the writing said.
Yahushua, the Nazri, Malak of the Yaldim.
Y'all see that? They told you, Yahushua the Nazri. That's what they said. Yahushua the Nazri. What had the who?
Malak of the Yaldim.
Malak of the Yahudim.
Yes, sir.
What happened?
Many Yaldim read this inscription
Many of them read this inscription.
because the Malkum where Yahushua was crucified was close to the city.
And the reason why they read it, because the place where he was, you ain't gonna believe it. People would be coming and entering the city, especially when it was coming, it was a muhard. Hello? Sometimes you'll watch people that get billboard, they'll typically put them where you get a lot of traffic.
Yeah.
This a billboard he had up. You ain't gonna believe it. It was close. So if you were coming in the city, Jared, you ain't gonna believe it. You'll say, you right, you say, you'll see it when you pass by it. He was real smart. He must have been real big in the advertisement. He knew exactly where to put it at. Put it where the people coming in, especially when there's a muhard coming up.
Yeah.
Because you were required to be there 3 times a year. See, you wouldn't pay attention to that because it's a technique to what you got to do. Listen.
The inscription was written in Dabary, Greek, and Latin. The Rosh Kohanim of the Yahudim said to Pelotus,
What they say to him?
please do not write Malak of the Yahudim,
Don't do that.
but
don't
rather he said, I am Malak of the Yahudim.
You hear that? Don't put up there Malak of the Yahudim. Put rather, that's his accusation. This is what we get. Put up there, he's saying he the Malak of the Yahudim. What happened?
Pelotus answered and said, I have written what I have written.
That's what he said. He said, what I've written. He was trying to say he couldn't change it. Because what he done wrote up down, it had to stay up there. He's saying nothing I can do with that. Hardest thing I ever seen. See, we get that Byth Dabary Yamym 26. See about verse 15. They're called the 2nd Chronicles. All right, listen.
Which verse will we start?
16.
Yes, sir.
Listen.
And when he became strong, his
Oh,
life...
hold. You can't start right there. Somebody came strong. If you came strong, what you had to be?
Weak.
Well, that back on, let's find out. Let's jump up. I'm going to see about 14.
Yes,
Let's
sir.
see what that gives us a better starting place. Listen.
And Uzziyahu prepared for them throughout all the Saboth shields, spears,
See that?
helmets.
That's what he did for the warriors. He prepared shields for all the warriors, his fighters. What happened?
Body armor,
Body armor,
bows,
and
to stones for the slings.
stones for the sling. I think the King James Version probably tell they made engines. So they
Right.
repeatedly throwing, they put work. You'll have the group, the camp, they'll teach out there that they already had mechanical, oh yeah, they'll teach that they had engines. I don't pay, that's why I tell y'all, let me help y'all out. I don't listen to none of these people.
That's right.
I don't listen to none of the other folk work. I don't have time.
That's right.
I'm much too busy.
That's
I've been
right.
with y'all. I don't watch these folks on YouTube. I don't watch none of their stuff. So you hear something me teach, you heard them teach it, I guarantee they saw me. I ain't see them.
That's right.
Okay? I do my own work. Listen. Now, I use Webster and the other people to look up these words here. I don't have time to go over these people's stuff. I ain't got time to be repairing other folk work. That's another take care of my own stuff.
That's right.
Listen.
And he made in Jerusalem engines.
Engine, there you go. That's where that 350 first came out of in Jerusalem. Yeah. Come on.
Invented by skillful men.
See that? It was invented by skillful men. That was just something that it would repeatedly shoot. It would repeatedly do something. So they called it translate. They're going to put stuff like this, and then people said, well, basically, this is what happens sometimes you deal with these translate. This picking up you catch with people. They'll try to say to them, what's an equivalent where you understand it. Sometimes they do that. Some people, when they read, they're not clever. So they automatically run to gasoline, fan belt, you know what I'm saying, all this stuff, radiator. You see all this stuff right here? Thermostat so it don't get hot, and you know, and rims. The man said engine. They don't want out here, you know what I'm saying? Man, they be driving down through Jerusalem. Just stop it. Just slow down. Because you go too far. You know what I'm saying? People, that's just where they at. I'm trying to search that. It's just where you at. If you want to find that to try, that's where you at. That's all. That's where you at. It don't bother me. It don't make me no two heel shakes about it. I mean, that's where you at. I'm not going to do it. Listen.
To be on the towers and on the corners with which to shoot arrows in great abund. And his fame spread far abroad, for he was marvelously helped until he was strong.
Yeah, I ain't gonna believe it. You see what happened? His fame had spread it abroad. Let me ask y'all a question. When Yahushua name was set up on that tooth, it was at the entry of the doorway. What you think happened with his fame? Just checking. Listen.
And when he became strong, his lie was lifted up to act corruptly.
See now? Act corruptly.
And he transgressed against Yahuwah his all.
Yeah,
for he went into the Mashkan of Yahuwah to burn incense on the altar of incense.
What he did what?
For he went into the Mashkan of Yahuwah
And did what?
to burn incense on the altar of incense.
What happened?
And Azar Yahu the kahan entered after him, and
Yahuwah
with
help. Azar Yahu, that's Yahuwah help. Yahuwah help came. What did it do?
entered after him, and with him 80 Kohanim of Yahuwah, Bani of valor.
What happened?
And
These
they-
guys were courageous. What they do?
And they stood up against Uzziyahu the Malak and said to him,
What they say?
It is not for you, Uzziyahu, to burn incense to Yahuwah, but for the Kohanim, the Banim of Aharun,
Who that
are
for now? Who that for? I'm kind of confused with that 5th chapter book of Ephesians. Because he said he gave himself an offering, sacrifice for a sweet smelling savor. That'd be aroma. That's an incense. All I'm trying to find out why they didn't stop him.
right.
Let's see. 4th chapter again, the book of Galatians. Let's see what it says. Galatians 4:1. You can keep studying. It ain't going to get no better. Listen.
Now I say to the air,
What you say to the air?
every time that he is a Yalid,
Every time. What happened?
he has nothing between him and an Abad,
Nothing between him and the bar.
although according to that he is the Adon of everything.
He is the Adon of everything. We do agree he was over everything.
Right.
What happened?
But he is under the hand of guardians
Uh-huh.
and under the Byth of officials until the time is appointed by his Abba for him.
So let me ask y'all a question. Exactly when did he offer this, the incense? And when he offered them, exactly what time period were we in? Was we under what they gonna call kahan, or were we under the Torah? Because he did not declare, they declared to put him up on the two. He was under officials. That's why he had to answer conflict, and you missed that. He was under Torah. Yet he still offered, gave himself for an offering and a sacrifice for a sweet smelling aroma. Listen what he said. Let me finish this.
Yes,
So we'll
sir.
come back and look at some more, see what happened with Uzziyahu. Listen.
So also we, while we were small, were enslaved to the elements of the Elam.
Yes.
But when the fullness of the Yamym came,
Tell them what happened. When the fullness come, you know when a woman better, we talked about it. What happened?
the Elohim shalak forth his being
Sent forth his son,
to born of an Ashah,
born of a woman,
and was put under the
and
hand,
put where?
under
Under the
hand
what?
of the Torah,
To do what?
to redeem those who were under the hand of the Torah, so that we may receive the mashpah of the Bani.
So we could become sons.
Yes, sir.
When he went up on the two, when he offered himself, he was under the law. Now you got to explain to me how Uzziyahu got in trouble for doing it and he didn't. When we were under the Torah. That's how he came and got you, under the Torah.
Right.
That's why I got a problem with people who sitting at the finish line day and you hadn't come at the start gate. You have to come and start at the starting line to get to the finish line lawfully.
Right.
See, why it's comfortable for people? Because in their minds, they're contemplating that they see something, and I'm kind of show them, and I can prove it. You really don't see what you think you see. Because now you're going to say, I know what you're thinking. He can do what he want to do. No, he can't. That don't make sense when you say he was under the Torah.
That's right.
You can't say he under the Torah, he can do what he want to do. That does not make sense.
Right.
You can't be saved that way.
Right.
Remember how you got a month on him.
As the cut the bean.
Let's make sure we get it. 738, Yahuchanan. We're gonna make sure that I'm not done. We ain't done yet. We ain't done yet. I might jump in the other day. Listen.
One who amons in me, as the Kitabim said, from his belly shall flow Naharim of Kai Ma'im.
So let me ask you a question. So the one that among on him, as the Kitabim has said, so you telling me the acts of the Shalakim, Philippine, the book of Philemon, book of Timothy, all these books already written. He's talking about the Ketuvim, he's talking about the writings. Going back to the writing, the one that amends on me as they have said.
Right.
As they have said. Let's see what happened.
He said this about the Ruach,
He was saying this about the Ruach.
that those who amon in him would receive,
This going to be crazy. Listen why.
because the Ruach was not given before Yahushua was kabul.
That's going to be tight. So you tell me you already got it. You already at the finish line, and it hadn't even started yet. You couldn't have got it. That don't make sense.
Right, right.
Now, that means you had to come back here to start.
Right.
If I can't redeem them under the Torah, those that were under the Torah, that means they're going to have to start at a certain point. You can't get it until you have the bond on me like it said. You don't even mind what he said. That's how I know you can't get it. I done told y'all, y'all got too many errors. It's too many defects. It's too easy to see y'all got, it's full of holes. Your story don't make sense. Because here we're dealing with when you follow the Torah, which means you have to really understand pattern of behaviors. Because now if you don't know that, how you get to the finish line? That's not what you could have did. And that means you're a thief and a robber.
Right.
You're a thief and a robber because you couldn't have got it. You could only get there had you started here because you had to go and you had to look at this. Let's hold what you got right quick. 22, 24. You know what I want? Auryah. 22, 24 right quick. They call it Luke. We want to make sure we dissect it. If a this will help a lot for a lot of y'all that watching me the day after they really, a lot of y'all can cut them cameras off. Just cut them off and just end your Zoom contact, just end all that. And do a lot of y'all here, y'all can end y'all memberships. Because you can't follow. You can't follow. It's a certain way, it's an order to what you got to do, and you're not going to make it. This thing winding up.
Yeah.
And y'all will see a lot of stuff people don't realize. You really have to take your time. Things have to be given to you.
Right, right.
I'm just being honest. When it comes out this, it'll look like this is what he's gonna do. He's doing. There's a lot of people saying they raw, pastor, apostles, everything. Everybody work got to be tried.
Right.
Everybody work got to be tried so you can see what sort it's of. Even mine, I told y'all that mine's got to be tried. That's how we're gonna know what sort it's of. That's being honest. Everybody, even with Yahusha, why y'all think they were testing him? They had to try his word.
Right.
That's why he come out. Y'all hypocrites. Why? We gotta try your word. You can't just say something. We just jump and believe it. We gotta try it and test it.
Right.
Let's see what he said. Or y'all 22, 24.
And there was also a dispute between them about who would be considered the greatest among them.
It's 22, 24. 24. I'm sorry. 24, 22. I apologize.
Yes, sir.
Vice versa. Listen.
But that Nashim, too, from among us have alarmed us, in that they rose early to go to
And that the women among us, they had alarmed them. You know what I'm saying? You know, alarm that caught their attention. That they alarmed them. That they had gone.
in that they come early
to
go to the kubar in the morning.
and went to the grave that morning.
Yes, sir. But they did not find his basar.
But they couldn't find his body.
Then they came and reported that they also saw a Kazum of Malakym saying
he don't know. They saw they saw Kazum of Malakym saying,
that he was Kai.
that he was living.
Yes, sir. Some Anashim with us went to the Kabar
And did what?
and found it just as the Nashim had said.
So they a flat liar. They had how it was gonna be. He just told it. He had a mind on me as what?
Kitabim.
So what were they gonna find? Just like he said it. That the problem. All you gotta do is listen. I ain't trying to find it outside of what he said. What is it gonna be? It's gonna be just like he said it. Who told us that? How about Balaam? When he told that Elohim was not an east that he should resolve, neither is he the been an east that he should repent. Had he said?
So it should be.
So when they went there, what were they gonna find?
Just like he said.
Just like he said it.
That's right.
That's what they gonna find.
Yeah.
Because that's your salvation.
That's right.
Listen.
Some Anashim with us went to the Kabar and found it just as the Nashim had
They
said,
found just like he said it.
and they did not see him.
And they did not see him.
He said to them, Alas, you who lack da'ath.
See that? Do you see that? You lack knowledge. He said, that's your problem. He done found your chink. You lack knowledge. What happened?
And slow Alaph to Ammon and all that
I don't believe stuff real fast. Take me a while. He said, you slow to believe. Listen what he said.
and slow Alaph to Ammon in all that the Nabaim have spoken.
Art,
Was it not necessary for the
which
Mashiach to
do
bear
what?
all these things?
To do what?
To bear all these
To
things.
bear all these things
And to be brought into his kabul.
and to be brought into his caboose.
Yes, sir.
What he did.
Then he began with Mushah.
Why are we going all the way back down?
Started
The
to
man done
finish.
got, hold on for a minute. The man done got up from the grave. What? That don't make no sense. We already hit the finish line.
Gotta go to the beginning.
Why in the world what he did?
Then he began with Mushah
And what else?
and with all the Nabaim.
All of them?
Yes, sir.
Hold on for a minute, man. We got to go back through all this stuff?
Yes, sir.
Then what happened?
And explain to them
And explain to them.
all the Ketubim.
What you said, which ones he explained?
All the Ketubim
What happened?
that spoke about him.
That's what he said. The reason why we're talking about this, it kind of became conflicted for some of my king, Layla. I know I told y'all all before that Yahusha actually did, he was actually linked to Louis. But I think that's kind of difficult. And some of you, a couple of people kind of felt like when I'm saying that, I'm talking about more like in reference. That's not what I was talking about. I was talking about he actually did. Bloodline.
Yes, sir.
But I saw what their understanding was, so I just gave them space. I just gave them space. That's what you do. You get space. You get space. Because if that's not what you understand, that's not what you understand. I said, that's where you at. That's what I teach.
Right.
I teach it. No man can condemn it.
Right.
No man can condemn it. You can write and study, read, you'll be killing time. Because I don't speak none of myself. I'm just declaring what he said.
That's right.
But I want to show you things that you should pay attention to, and I try to express them. I try to get y'all to understand. You have to pay attention to pattern of behavior, because there are things that you need to watch and say. He don't have to decide. He don't have to distinctly say. If you pay attention, you will see it. I better prove that out to them.
Yes, sir.
That's what I do. They know. I just left it alone. I swear, that's where we at. It's booked for that too. It's booked for everything. So you learn to take your time when you're doing things, so you'll kind of get a better understanding, because there are things that people will miss, and it's designed to be that way. That's why, listen, when it comes down to plan of salvation, y'all think y'all the only one reading this and reading Torah, reading, everybody say reading direct, they not gonna get this. If he don't want you to get it, it don't matter how much you read. You ain't gonna get it.
That's right. That's right.
Shaul tried to tell that if I was the boss, he said, if I too do be here.
He had them that
I
along.
assure you, listen, I assure y'all, I'm not lost.
Yes, sir.
I'm not lost. So I'm not telling you that he has some characteristics that reflect him and use that. I'm not telling you that. He's not trying to reflect nothing. This is what he is.
Right.
Now, you can see some other things because you'll take how you're going to run and go. But I'm telling you, you got to have a teacher. Because it ain't what you're thinking. Now, we had the conversation. So I want to walk through and take our time and just make sure we all get it. And then what we do, like he said, we let Elohim be true.
That's right. Every Isha.
That get me too now. That get me. Every East got to be a life. Which give you an opportunity now. You'll have to come back and you have to repent that.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what it's for.
That's right.
Or you'll stay in your kataim. Because once you're going to know it now, that's going to be kata.
Right.
That's what he said. He
Yes,
said,
sir.
now what do you know? He said, so they come your nada now, that be kata.
That's right.
So I really want us to get a certain place. See, people watch. Let me see them. Can we see them people like that? You know the people watching? Y'all know why them people watching? Some of them members watching, some of them others that ain't gonna watch. You know why they watching? They got confident that ain't just sitting up here doing something reckless. Just sitting up here just shooting out something, just throwing out something. If people put their time out here and say, you know what? I believe this man is walking the walk, this man talking and he putting it out here. If it's something gotta be correct, it's something gotta be done, Yahuwah gonna reveal it and show it.
That's right.
But what I teach and what I preach, that's what I stand on.
Yes, sir.
That's what I believe, 100%. I don't want to be kind of misconstrued. Then it showed me that showed me my king that all of them, they're not paying attention. Because I'm not talking about just things he reflected. I'm trying to tell you where he connected.
Right.
You looking for reflecting, I'm telling you he connected.
Right.
Y'all got it?
Yes, sir.
My man went shadow boxing. So you stuck somewhere, you shadow boxing. You ain't hit nothing. Yahuwah connecting.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
Shadow boxing. There's a lot of guys look good shadow boxing. Shadow can't hit back.
That's right.
Ain't that right? That way I just do all that stuff. Somebody throwing a punch. He said, "You don't look like you did. You was shadow boxing." Ain't that right? That shadow boxing mess a lot. It looked good. You said, "Man, knocked out first round."
Yeah.
Ain't that right? I ain't been round 2, nigga. Let's go again. Come on. So we start looking at how important it is that we get the understanding of what he did. Now, you will find, and the reason why we look at Uzziyahu, because Uzziyahu was happening to just be the Malak of the Yahudim.
Right.
And so happened, we read a inscription written saying that Yahusha was. And just to clarify that wasn't something out of his own mouth, Pelota said, no, I'm not going to put that up down. What I read. He is the Malak of the Yahudim.
Right.
So we're trying to figure out how did this man just go and just make an offering of his own self. Mm-hmm. Because his whole time while he was here, he operated under the Torah.
Right.
So these are things that we have to look at. We have to consider the operation of how he does things and not just assume of ourselves and take things for ourselves. We have to look at it for how he actually gives it to us. And there are things we'll look at and we try to make sure we get an understanding to. Relationships. These are important too. Y'all know relationships are important?
Yes.
No, y'all don't believe that. Let me see something. Y'all don't believe relationship important. Let's see something. Let's jump. Can we jump out of the way and kind of come back? Cause we got to do what? Here a little, there a little. See if that Alaph Kaph 3. Let's see 3 and 1. This probably won't have nothing to do with nothing. But we're talking about relationships. Listen.
Likewise, you Nashim.
Nashim? He talking Nashim and women, or they have a connection? Is it a relationship?
Wives.
Wives. What do you want to do?
Be submissive before your own husbands.
Be submissive to your own husband, your own issue.
So that they obtain the unspoken Dabary
So
through
they
the
obtain
deeds.
the unspoken Dabary. That means your mouth closed, he can see your actions. What you're going to be doing is acts. You're going to be doing something. A lot of times y'all ain't doing something, you running your mouth. Stop running your mouth, start doing something. Hello? All right, I'm trying to help y'all out. I know, and that's going to be called a violation, which means you missed the mark. You're going to wind up losing your seat. Y'all hear me? Okay, you're about to lose your job. All right. It's funny, because it's humor when you say it. You about to lose your job.
That's right.
Because you don't understand how this thing works. That's a lot of stuff y'all do. You shouldn't be doing it. Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay, come on.
They obtain the unspoken Dabary through the deeds of the Nashim for those who do not shama to speak.
Mm-hmm. Come on.
By their kazum that the pure conduct is to go in Yara.
Mm-hmm. Their pure conduct, their fear. Come on.
Let it not be the outward adorning of braiding the hair
Yes.
and wearing jewel of gold
See that?
or putting on garments,
Putting on garment. Mm-hmm.
but let it be the hidden ish inwardly
See that? Let it be that inward man. Come on.
in a humble and quiet ruach,
See that? Humble, quiet ruach.
which is not corruptible.
That's not corruptible. See, the other stuff corruptible. Your loud mouth corruptible. Your vulgar behavior is corruptible. Listen,
And it is precious in the sight of Elohim.
we'll use rare. It's rare he find women can do that.
That's
That's
right.
why you can't do it, because it's rare.
That's right.
I don't expect you to do it. That's what he's saying. See, I had to repent now. It's something rare. I mean, you can't hardly find it anyway.
That's right.
Just
That's
like
right.
you can't find a woman that's going to be virtuous.
That's right.
He said, who can find one?
That's
Matter of
right.
fact, the woman said it.
That's right.
Lamiyah, his wife, his own aim said, you can't find one of these.
Yeah.
Said, man, her price far above rubies. Listen,
For this is the dedication of the Kodash Nashim in old time.
you see, see what they did? Them women back then, they dedicate themselves to doing it. That's why you don't do it. You don't dedicate it. You got to be dedicated to do this. Just like this office, you got to be dedicated to do this. A lot of y'all can't do it. Don't know what y'all read. I already know y'all fail, but you don't realize this is sin. This is a direct violation. This is a strike against your salvation. He said, and when you know of it, you sinning. That's what he's saying. You ain't gonna believe it. I know they help this. Well, it ain't bad like that. Okay, where you at? But this is what you can't be doing. This is called transgression.
That's right.
But you do it anyway, because that's where you at. So a lot of stuff, I'm starting to learn where people at. You got to leave people there. He even told them, he said, let them alone.
Yeah.
Because, you know, he said, that's where they at.
Yeah.
When the blind lead the blind, he said, they ain't going to do them falling dish together.
That's right.
Let them alone, because I see that's where you at. A lot of times, rich out here, I'm being with y'all. You got to do one too. Man, you just got to long have this space. So you know what? Got to leave you alone. Because now it's coming up to the end where this thing is coming up the mosh pot, and ain't no time for a whole bunch of foolishness. But make sure now when you do that, when you execute that authority, make sure now you ain't like Shaul now. You claim you done did all you done commanded, and you done left. I hear that bleeding of the sheep.
Mm-hmm.
You beat the sheep. That's what he said now. Make sure now. Don't be saying that you done did everything you supposed to do now, and I hear some crying, I hear some bleeding of the sheep now.
Right.
And you holler, I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do. I hear them sheep bleed saying, well, hear that bleeding of the sheep. You ain't done everything. Make sure you done done everything now.
Right.
I've been done for everybody.
Right.
Listen, this way too critical. This way, he's giving us mosh pot. And you got to know how to give mosh pot, and you got to execute. You got to be just. A man got to be Sadah. He told the man that rule of honor, he got to be Sadah. He got to be just. Everybody got to be just. If a wife is not dealing with her husband according to the reverend she supposed to give, you're not just, sister. You're not just. A lot of stuff people do, y'all not just. What that mean? Honor to whom honor, tribute to whom tribute. A lot of y'all owe me. When you talking about money, he said honor to whom honor, tribute to whom tribute. Oh, that tight. Oh, my wife, she ain't doing. Did you give me my honor? Did you give me my tribute? That's bad. That's bad. That's bad, because they sold him a coin, and they want to know who to give their tribute to. He said, who inscription on it? He said, well, give it to him. Who the wrong? Why I don't get mine? See that? You're not fair. You're not honest. You're not, because you don't believe, not like the Ketuvim said. You believe like you want to believe. And that's why you're in your condition. Listen, ain't nobody here in their condition for no reason. It's clear. 15, 14 every time the same thing. And you get trapped up. Why is it not working for you? Ask yourself why it's not working with you. Because you don't believe it. Come on. You don't tell that like you don't believe it. Because you don't believe it there's going to be errors other places. Listen, y'all dealing with, this book is almost like a puzzle. It's got to be put together, because things that you think you see, you do, you really don't know. You really don't see it. You think you did. You read something, but you really don't understand what you read. I know somebody, anybody tell me what I read. I got you. That's what you say. If you say you read, that's what it is. That's what it is. I can't argue that. But I can tell you I know what I know. Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I tell you I know what I know. I tell you I could put my work up here and prove it. You know what I had to do? You know them kids take them tests, they put the answer down. You said, now go back and explain it.
Right.
That's what I do.
Right.
Listen, the man educated me. He said, now go back and explain your work. That's what he said. I put a lot in my mouth. That's tight. There's a lot of writers out there condemn it too. That's why I'm up here shaking in my boot. Falling out, sweating and panicking. not happening. Take your time. Make sure what you do is always about salvation and not trying to prove you right.
Right.
Because you'll do so. He told you some men do it out of contention, out of strife. I know you got some in your log. I know you do. You'll say you don't. I know you do. Because it don't make sense to me. It had to be. Hello?
Yes, sir.
I ain't ate nobody bread for naught. Y'all hear me? I ain't nobody bread for naught. I labor. Everything I got, I labor for it.
Right.
Nobody give me nothing. I labor for it. I give more than anybody give me.
That's true.
You know, and I labor. I labor. That's what I do. I labor for this. Listen, man. Listen, I ain't got nothing to boast. Like Yahusha said, man, necessity laid on me.
Yeah.
Ain't that right? That's just being honest. This thing is necessary. When I see the need of our people, let me tell you something. Yahuwah is transitioning. He's really transitioning us. And in doing this transition, we're missing things because there are a lot of things we'll find out about ourselves. It's things I had to find out about myself. And you'll think things will be okay, and you'll find out things aren't what you think. And that's for a reason. A lot of times we don't realize that it's for a reason. And those reasons come in, so we kind of go back through, examine ourselves to see whether or not we're honest.
Right.
Now, who ain't gonna say they're honest? A thief ain't gonna go around and say he's a thief. A thief will tell a lie and say honest. But you gotta watch their work. See, your work is what's gonna prove. That's why when Yahusha, we had to watch him. We had to watch him for his work. Hello? Y'all didn't know that?
Yes, sir.
It's critical. You have to pay attention to the work.
That's right.
Hello? When he tried to tell you about that, how he had to work while it was Yamym. Hello?
Yes, sir.
Because he told you why. The labor was coming. He said nobody can work in labor.
That's right.
Y'all know that? So all of these it starts to show you, and you start to look at people. Then you start dealing with symbolism. There are certain things that are symbolism, and there are certain things that are actually literal when it looks down to Yahushua. Yahushua actually did, and he can show his connection to Louis, the Louim. It's not figuratively speaking, it's literally speaking. But it's about, again, where you at. Hello?
Yes, sir.
See, he sent the man for a reason. But if you miss it, how the whole book about him and he can't even show himself somewhere? That makes no sense. Then it limits him. You can't tell me that you in the whole writings and then you can't show no connection to it. It doesn't make sense. That means when you're looking, you're not looking honestly. You have to, when you're looking, you got to be honest when you're trying to do something. You can't have your own ideology. You can't have your own way about it. That's what anybody. If man had his own way, we wouldn't be here now.
That's true.
We saw what our way. That's what he told Yahusha. He told them they went to establish their own righteousness. That's why they wound up having Yamym. He put up a muhar, and it was right after ours. There's a lot of folks say, well, we kind of do the same thing. You know what they're saying? You don't establish your own. That's what they say. You know what? Ours is something similar. We kind of do that. We do ours. We usually keep it over here. Yamym. That's what he did. He had his own too. And he said it all right. And the thing, he ain't gonna believe it. And that thing became Qatar.
Yeah.
That's what he did. He said it became Qatar. Take your time and let's make sure we get all this together. But these are principal things, elementary things we go through, we read. And I had to take my time with y'all. A couple folks said, I go too fast. I want to make sure you get it. So when you get it, you got it. No man disannul it.
That's right. That's right.
Y'all got it?
That's right.
There's a lot of stuff people come along and they're disannulling, and you can't let people do that to you.
Right.
Y'all got it? So what we try to do now, we start trying to look at connecting points. Let's look at something. Now, we were talking about that. Let's finish this cuff right quick, because we're talking about these wives and these husbands.
That's right.
Okay? Let's see what happened.
For this is the dedication.
This is what? This 3 and what?
3 and 5.
3 and 5. This Alaph Kaph 3 and 5. Listen.
For this is the dedication of the Kadash Nashim in old time.
You ain't gonna believe it. We know you're not Kadash, because you ain't dedicating yourself to do it. We done picked you up. Now, why you think you can't do? Why you think you can't keep your mouth shut? Why you think you can't follow? Why you think you can't obey? Why? Cause I get mad. I know, because you don't dedicate yourself. But you know you'll dedicate yourself to an occupation. You'll dedicate yourself to do something for somebody else. You'll dedicate yourself to do other stuff need to be done. You just won't dedicate yourself to submit yourself to your husband without your mouth talking and your action doing something. And that's what you can't do. And this thing is sin. It's a sin. How you dedicate yourself to do anything else? And you can't dedicate yourself to making sure your mouth don't get out of pocket. Make sure you don't never get out behavior because you don't dedicate. Let's tell the truth, because you don't dedicate yourself. That's your salvation. That ain't your salvation after you cut the food. That was your salvation before you cut the food. So after you cut the food, you do know when it comes to your knowledge, that's still sin. And you do know that no sinner has a long kai. So if you were concerned about your soul, you wouldn't let your mouth fly off very well. Let me tell you something. Y'all men can watch me, pay attention. They're not serious. This will help y'all out. It ain't just about y'all. I want you to pay attention. You buy that stuff you want to, she's showing you I'm not serious. I don't care nothing about being saved. Because there's nowhere anywhere I care about being saved. I'm just going to pop up and do what I want to do. I ain't going to just pop and do what I want to do and then come down here because I care about being saved. That's why I had to pay attention to the order. Y'all do stuff, you're like, I want to give them repent. You don't care about being saved. You can repent it. I already know you're not honest. Mm-hmm. You ain't going to believe it. I already caught you not honest. Because he told you how they did it. They dedicate. Them folks just jump up and just do something. It just, no, that means they, can we look at what dedicate is? They get to the root word, dedicate. See, they keep trying to figure, oh, see, back then, women didn't have a, that's a lot. He just told you how they did it. They dedicated themselves.
That's right.
Folks will ask for a selection. They'll say, you know what, I want to dedicate this to this person here. Now, you can listen to it, but it's to them. Of a person devoted to a task or a purpose, having single-minded loyalty or integrity. This is what you don't have. Your wife can't obey, she can't do it, she can't submit herself. This is why, because she will not devote herself, she's not dedicated, and this is not a task or a purpose that she's concerned about. She's not single-minded. Your wife is double-minded. This is why she don't have any loyalty or she has no integrity. In other words, she's a loser. Your wife is a loser. It'd be mine too, you're a loser. Your wife's a loser. Now, you've been exposed, lady, with an English dictionary. What's sad about it, now they looking at it offended. You should have been offended when you were told from the when you were told from the bar. You let an English definition put you, now you feel conviction. Dedicated. Of a person. This is something that comes of a person devoted to a task or a purpose. Why? He just told you they were looking at being submissive to their husband. That's my responsibility. I got to make sure I get this done. Having single-minded. Why you think I got other stuff on my mind? That's why she can't do it. Because she's not single-minded and she don't have any loyalty, nor does she have integrity. Because she will go and flaunt out and look like she's doing what she's supposed to do. That's what lawyers do. Like these people don't have, like they follow me. But we're talking about the women.
That's right.
I'm gonna help y'all out. That's the truth. I just help y'all out. See, what you didn't know, right here, tell you how, and you know they can't say, oh, that's how you supposed to do it. don't make no mistake. That didn't help you out. You know good and well. It just exposed you more that everybody know you're a hypocrite. Matter of fact, he just wanted you to know. It ain't about everybody knowing. You know you was a hypocrite before. This ain't nothing new to you. You know you didn't have no integrity. You know you ain't single-minded. You're double-minded. You know, no people serve you who he told you them folk all had singleness of law.
That's right.
That's amazing. Told they must have all dedicated themselves.
Right, right.
When they got the Ra SHyth, he said they all had singleness of law. Sell out for your kids, compromise for them, tell lies, make a mess, because you're double-minded. Let's get over later. This ain't like the other lies. What's the key? But it ain't like the other lies. They're all the same.
Yeah.
They're all the same. See, this to help y'all ladies out. Everybody want to get married. A lot of folks don't need to get married. I had to go and let y'all do a lot of stuff. You show yourself.
Yeah.
You ain't going to listen if I tell you anyway. Yahuwah let you go ahead and show you. This your problem, right? Y'all want me to take a picture of this so you get it? Oh, I think I got it. No, you don't. This ain't going to help you. Because this ain't something you're going to do anyway. You don't dedicate. That's why you can't get stuff done. This is why things stay incomplete, because you don't dedicate yourself. This is what Yahusha did. Why you think he said we're finished? Why you think he said we're finished? Because he dedicated himself. He dedicated himself. Singleness of mind. He was single-minded. He dedicated himself. They have no idea. Come on, finish this up. I don't know why we're over here, huh? Let's see. Give me a little more heat. I want to freeze. I could have listened, but I was cold. I'm going to stop you lying. Warm them up. Get them liars. I don't want to get out of here.
That's right.
Come on.
Continuing at verse 5.
Listen.
Who trusted
Darren, I know it's a lot of work. You got to keep moving back and forth. You know, I got to play. I got to give them some heat, give them some cool. Cool them, give them some heat. All right, come on. Appreciate it. Listen.
who trusted in Elohim,
So trust in Elohim.
also adorning themselves,
They also had a dress. Well, who doing what?
being in subjection to their own husbands.
Got to talk to them over and over about them heels. They had to have, can you have a meeting with Alaph Kaph out here? I said, shouldn't have to have them. I told them what to wear. What's the problem? Now they're going to ask something stupid. Let me ask you about these. If you got to ask me about them, why you got them? Listen, what we try to do, the man, look how they adorn themselves. Doing what?
Also adorning themselves, being in subjection to their own husbands.
Let me tell you, I don't need you wearing that. Don't do that. Look at him. But somebody else looking. You singing in mind, you worry about how he can look. And your husband, he obeying fire. He ought to help you out and tell you that. You don't need to wear that.
That's right.
You don't need to wear that bottom line, because you want to try to make it be the hit man heart. Especially you ain't obeying that. Really, I remember what you need to do. Make mine too. She cut up. She do something. I'm gonna make her wear a done jalopy bag. I'm gonna find one of them. It is need to show a shame.
That's right.
Cause you need to be done. Ain't got no business wearing that now. I want to show your shame so folks will see you. That's what they did. They said sackcloth ass so folks could see the shame. What hurt us out here? Cause you get to wear stuff you ain't got no business wearing it.
Right.
Cause you ain't in subjection. You ain't obeying. You not loyal. And you ain't single-minded. And these clothes let you live a lie. We need to get sackcloth on. Let them wear sackcloth. Everybody saying something. Oh, there you go. Yeah, I know you wasn't loyal. I know you double-minded. Ain't nothing new. And show their shame. But I don't want to do that to my wife and have like that. Yeah, let your wife burn in Sheol. Stupid self. What you want me to say? That one nothing. They need to show their shame. You don't want them to do that. Put that on. That's what you wearing today. Other Alaph Kaph ain't gonna be able to laugh at it because they know they supposed to get one too. But they don't rock their husband world for 3 minutes. Don't worry about it. You obeying now. Stupid self. You ain't helping them. You ain't helping them. Cause I try to help them. Y'all sorry. Y'all cut my wife tell you, I call her behind. I don't play that stuff. I don't play that fools, man. That stuff don't help them. How y'all tell me you love them? You don't let them sit here and live like a done fool. No good well they contrary, lying and everything, trying to explain why. I ain't got time to explain why. Yeah, why are you lying?
Yeah.
Trying to explain why you lying. Ain't my problem to explain why are you lying. You ain't got no business lying. I know hell. I want to tear up my happy home. Your home happy with lies in it?
No.
So, no, it is. Because what they make you? That's right. Both of you double-minded.
Yep.
See, they don't even realize. Just expose both of them. Come on, finish this up.
As Sarah, who obeyed in the voice of Abraham, calling him Adon, of whom you became
And
beneath.
the call, the voice, the call, the sound. See, that sound supposed to give. Some supposed to know they husband. You hear the sound. That's the sound of the man working on a train. Hey, hey. She don't know the sound. You need to know the sound. That's bad, because Adon heard the sound when Yahuwah was coming. Hello?
Yes, sir.
He heard his sound, didn't he? Yes, sir. And what she should know your sound. They don't pay attention to nothing. I guarantee you know they don't. Oprah's on. They be at the store and hear that thing. They heard on somebody's phone aisle 19, and they at the door finna go out the double door. I got to hurry up again. I think Oprah on. That's tight. I'm trying to help y'all out now. You're supposed to know the sound, the call. Listen.
Of whom you became beneath from her in your tube deeds.
See that? You became children of her through what?
Your tube deeds.
You ain't her daughter. Must be Oprah girl. You ain't Sarah daughter. You must be Oprah's. Or Tyler Perry's. He said you became her daughters through your obedience.
That's right.
Now this not bloodline right here. This right here is a matter of almanah, and the Dabary is connecting you in relationship. That you became her daughters through you having singleness of love, singleness of mind. By you dedicating yourself, by you having integrity, you became her daughter. But you don't have that, are you? So that make you a mimzar. That's called a bastard, or let's say illegitimate. That's all that you are illegitimate. Because we can't connect you. We can't seem to find your parent. You're a mamzar. We can't find where your birth came from. You, ma'am, are a mamzar. You are a bastard. They don't like that. They don't like that. They'll tell their husband about it later. You didn't call me a bastard. They'll tell us, you the one living like one.
That's right.
Tell them the truth. That's all that's it. That's it. Expose. Y'all, listen, I know you guys, I get on y'all, don't I?
Yes, sir.
So your wife should get a pass. Let your wife burn. Let the men get saved. They must think I'm that guy, that rapper, baby. Come on, get them hold. Come on, let the niggas up here. Ain't no monster. Hey, y'all killing me, man. Come on. What's wrong with y'all? Robert. Stop it. We're trying to repair the breaches. These are the breaks we have. Repair the breaches. Hello? Let's see what else he had to say.
Of whom you became beneath from her in your two deeds, and not frightened by any Yara. Likewise, you husbands,
Husband.
dwell with them according to Da'ath,
See that? You got to dwell with them according to knowledge. This information. That's why you need information. And do what?
and giving kabod unto the Ashah,
And you want to give that honor to that wife now. So there's some honor that go to her too. He said, and give that kabod to her too now. Listen why.
as unto the weaker vessel,
As unto the weaker vessel.
and as they also have a part in the inheritance of the Barak of Kai, so that your Palal be not hindered.
That's what he told you. Had to pay attention how you deal with each other. Because they got an inheritance too. Let's pick up something right quick. See if that's 8:26 of Mathayahu. Thinking what I want, Mathayahu. We kind of get finished up here. Listen.
And he said to them, O you of little Amunah, why are you afraid? He got up, reprimanded the winds and the Yam, and there was a great silence.
Oh, we should have backed that up. Hold on, 8:26. I'm gonna come up a lot higher than that, don't I? 1:13. He should have told about foxes in her. 8 what? Is it 14? 16? I thought 26. 8. 14. What? 8 and what? 20. I said 26. Make it 18. 8 and 18. Listen.
And it came to pass when Yahusha saw a large crowd of the arm
It came
around
to pass
him,
when he saw a large crowd where?
of the arm around him,
Around him.
he gave instruction to cross from there to the other side of the Yam.
He gave instruction to go to the other side of the Yam.
And one of the scribes approached him and said to him,
What did he say?
Murray, let me follow after you to wherever you go.
That's what he said. He said, I'm going to go with you wherever you go.
Yahushua said to him,
What did he tell him?
the foxes have holes, and the birds of the Shamayim have nests,
What you got?
but the Ben of Adam does not have a Malkum to rest his head.
At the 10th chapter of Alaph Dabary, 10th chapter, they call it Deuteronomy. Truth about the Deuteronomy is Yah's word. Listen,
Verse 1?
that'll be fine.
Yes, sir. At that time, Yahuwah said to me,
What is saying?
cut out for yourself 2 tablets of a bond like the former ones, and come up to me on the har, and make an ark of wood for yourself.
Yeah.
I shall katab on the tablets the dabarim that were on the former tablets,
I'm putting
which
the
you
same thing I put
shattered,
on the first one. That you shattered.
and you shall put them in the ark.
That's what it's saying. You're going to put them in the taba. Come on.
So I made a taba of acacia wood and and cut out 2 tablets of a bond like the former ones, and went up on the har with the 2 tablets in my hand.
Yeah.
He katab on the tablets like the former katab, the 10 Dabary which Yahuwah had spoken to you on the har from the midst of the fire on the Yamym of the assembly.
Yeah.
And Yahuwah gave them to me.
Yeah.
Then I turned and came down from the har and put the tablets in the tabah which I had made.
Yeah.
And there they are as Yahuwah commanded me. Now the Bani of Yasharal set out from Barath Bani Yakan to Mosherah. Then there Aharon moot, and there he was buried, and Eleazar his ben Sharoth as kahan instead of him. From there they set out to Gudgada, and from Gudgada to Yatbath, a land of brooks of Marym. At that time Yahuwah set apart the Matah of the Luim to carry the Tabah of the Berith of Yahuwah.
What he set them apart?
Yes, sir.
Oh, man, Badal, Kodash. What did he set them apart and do?
To
They
stand,
carried it what now?
to carry the Tabah of the Berith of Yahuwah,
They had to carry the Berith. So he set them apart. What happened?
to stand before Yahuwah to serve him,
To stand before Yahuwah to serve him.
and to Barak in his Shem until this Yom.
So they could Barak the people in his Shem. What happened?
Therefore, Louis does not have a portion of inheritance
You
with
say-
his ahkym.
You say he a fox?
Louis does not have a portion or inheritance with his ahkym.
I guess a little birdie told him. So you didn't know why he told you foxes had hope and birds had nests, he ain't had nowhere to lay his head?
That's right.
Because he was intertwined with Louis.
Yeah,
That's why he had no inheritance.
yeah.
What happened?
Yahuwah himself is his inheritance, just as Yahuwah, your all, spoke to him.
I wonder what that meant when they were asking him about eating. He said, my meat is to do the will of Elohim.
That's right.
What that mean?
Yahuwah is his inheritance.
That's what he said.
Yes, sir.
I know that still don't convince you though, does it? I didn't think it would either. Let's see something. They put at the first chapter book of Mathayahu. We'll get 117. Listen.
And behold, all the Tuledath from Abraham to Daoud were 14 Tuledath.
Yeah.
From Daoud unto the exile to Babel were 14 Tuledath.
Yeah.
And from the exile to Babel until the Mashiach were 14 Tuledath.
Yeah.
This was the manner of the birth of Yahushua HaMashiach.
He said that's how it happened. What happened?
Marym, his aim, was betrothed to Yusaph.
Y'all hear what happened? She was promised to Yusaph. Go ahead.
But before he came to her,
What happened?
she was found pregnant from the Ruach HaKodesh.
Go ahead.
Now Yusaph, her husband, was a Sadiq Ish.
He was what?
A Sadiq Ish.
What that mean? He was Sadiq, righteous man. Oh, go ahead.
And did not want to subject her to disgrace.
What happened?
So he said, I shall send her away privately. He was
So
thinking.
what that mean? So I'm gonna put away private. What that mean? Ain't nobody gonna know nothing about this.
That's right.
This ain't your business. What I'm getting ready to do. It ain't your business. Ain't that what private is?
Yes, sir.
Somebody talking, you walk in, you say they're private. What that mean? Stay here and keep listening. What happened?
He was thinking this way, but behold, a Malakhy of Yahuwah appeared to him in a Kalamuth, saying,
What did it say?
Yusaph, ben of Daoud,
Yeah.
do not be Yara to take Marym,
Don't be afraid to take who?
Marym, your wife.
Why?
For what has been formed within her is from the Ruach HaKodesh.
That's all I needed. That's tight. That's tight. Look at relationships. That's dealing with marriage, because we're talking about, people, husband, wife, how they got to do stuff too in marriage. We got to kind of jump off, y'all don't mind for a second. Look how, see that Alaph Malakym, 22:1. First Kings, they call it. Listen.
3 Shanim passed without war between Aram and Yasharal.
It was 3 years.
Yes, sir.
Ain't nothing kicked off. What happened?
And it came to pass in the 3rd Shana, Yehusaphat, the Malak of Yehuda, came down to the Malak of Yasharal.
Y'all hear what happened? Now, this is what happened. And it came to pass that Yehusaphat, he was the Malak of, who this was?
Yehuda.
Yehuda. And he came down to the Malak of who?
Yasharal.
Yasharal. And what happened?
Now the Malak of Yasharal said to his Abadim,
What did the Malak of Yasharal say to his servant?
do you know that Ramoth Gilead is ours?
You hear what he said? He said, that's ours. Did y'all know that? You know we got stuff that belonged us, and we need to take it. And that's what he said.
And we have been quiet and have not taken it out of the hand of the Malak of Aram.
Quiet also relate to still. Be still. Listen.
And he said to Yehusaphat,
What did he say?
shall you go with me to battle at Ramoth Gilead? And Yehusaphat said to the Malak of Yasharal,
What did he say?
I am as you are.
He said, me and you, the same. What else?
My arm as your arm,
Your people is my people.
my horses as your horses.
My horses, your horses.
And Yehusaphat said to the Malak of Yasharal,
What did he say?
please inquire at the Dabary of Yahuwah this Yom.
Is that what he wanted to do? For what reason?
Then the Malak of Yasharal gathered the Nabaim together.
So that's fine. We jump off. So what we're trying to do is show relationships and how people do things and coordinate things together. So in doing that, we just kind of show that as, just show this as kind of as a correspondence that we just kind of use to look at. For some reason, when he looked, he came down to him. He wanted him to know that when I'm looking at you, I'm looking at me. We the same. Our possessions are the same. That's what he was looking at. We were trying to get into realizing. And apparently, Yehuda didn't know that, because Yehusaphat didn't know that, so he didn't let him know that you and I are the same. Our stuff, it's the same stuff. That's basically what we're trying to tell him. How many of y'all don't kind of understand that? I should be honest. Beautiful, beautiful. You ain't gonna believe it. In the 3rd chapter book of Yamym, he said he was gonna give you something. That's right. He said he's gonna give you raw, and and you must be hungry.
Yes, sir.
Cause I'm gonna feed you with some knowledge, and I'm
Yes,
gonna make sure
sir.
you get some understanding.
Yes, sir.
That's why I'm here. So it might look like I don't know what I'm doing because they're stupid faith. Make no mistakes. I'm very calculated.
Yes, sir.
Y'all hear?
Yes, sir.
I do just like Solomon did. I be counting one by one, the subject count. Yet what my soul seeketh. Ain't that right?
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna find it. It just takes time to try to go ahead and see it. So we've gone over a lot of different things while we've been going along and looking at stuff, and it's kind of interesting when you kind of pay attention to it. Pick me up, if you would, at the 1st chapter book of Auryah. Auryah 1:1. And what I want y'all to do, for those on the live stream, if I don't get that right, I wouldn't listen no more. Those y'all here, I wouldn't come back no more. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't have no man wasting my time, reading me out through no book, just killing time with that stuff, man. It don't make sense. You know what I'm saying? It don't make sense. Because it don't make sense to follow if you're not single-minded. Right. It don't make sense to you don't have no integrity. You have no dedication to what you're doing. I'm just helping y'all out. Okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's see how this work out. Listen.
After that, many have attempted to compile.
You said, how many done tried this?
Many.
You ain't gonna believe it, Dave. A lot of folk done try to do what I do. That's what he wanted him to know off the rip. He said, a lot of folk done tried this.
Yes, sir.
Listen.
After that, many have attempted to compile the story of the deeds which are confirmed in entirety among us.
What they did, Ray? What that room you say did? That
Yes,
C
sir.
word, what they done did?
Are confirmed in entirety among us.
I'm not doubting, by the way. He said, many done tried it now.
Yes, sir.
Listen to him. This thing already been confirmed.
Yes, sir.
Listen.
Just as those who saw them with their own eyes from the beginning and who were Abadim of the Dabary have handled them on to us.
You see that? Just like the folk done handled it, an eyewitness done seen it, and I ain't gonna take an eyewitness. It's good in court, it just ain't good with me. Eyewitness done see this thing done been confirmed, and this thing done passed down, they done passed it down to us. Now what I got the problem for?
That's right.
Let's see how they work. Listen.
I too thought it too.
He said, I thought this was good too.
Yes, sir.
And you ain't believe it. Me 3.
Yes, sir.
If he 2, I'm 3. Listen.
Having-
That's all book too.
Yes, sir.
At the mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses. He
Yes,
said,
sir.
I 2, I be 3.
That's right.
Come on.
Having investigated all these matters thoroughly.
The thing already been checked.
That's right.
How you say you just skimmed over it one time?
Thoroughly.
Man, listen, this thing been thoroughly done. Come on.
From the beginning to write them to you according to their order, O noble.
What we talked about before? Order? So it's an order. May I take your order? That's what I said to Yahuwah. May I take your order? I don't give them to him. He give them to me.
That's right.
Your problem is you've been trying to get him. No, you need to take it from him. Listen.
O noble Theophilus,
Listen.
so that
Aristocrat, that's upper high society. Come on.
so that you may know the certainty of the sayings that you have been taught.
See that? I need to know it's certain. And the thing be, you've been told if the thing be certain, if the thing be true. He said that you'll know the certain of what you've been taught. Listen.
There was a kahan in the Yamym of Herodes.
You said that was a who?
A kahan.
A kohan.
Yes, sir.
I gotta figure what tribe they come from. Anybody know where the kohan come from?
Louis.
Oh Lord, mess me up. Let's go.
In the Yamym of Herodes Malakym of Yehuda.
See that? Yehuda. Look at it. Now we talking about who the Malak of Yehuda. Herodes was the Malak of Yehuda. Listen.
His Shem was Zachariah.
Zachariah. Y'all has remembered. Listen.
Of the division of AbiYah.
Oh,
And he
my
had
goodness.
an Ashah from
AbiYah, that'll be, them 5. That's of the Father. Y'all, that's his father. Let's see what the name means, Boston. If y'all want to be studying nothing else, I'll make sure I get this right.
Yes, sir.
Because you be following right here, impurity, filthiness, uncleanness. So I don't know how to do all this stuff. That's why they do that. Oh. There's a time, y'all the Father. The Father. So we're trying to figure out where we're going at. That's his Father, trying to show you who his relationship was to. That's how we're trying to find a relationship. All this is important. We talk about relationship and order, did we not?
Yes, sir.
So we just want to make sure.
That's right.
Okay?
Yes, sir.
Because you want to find out, it was important, you were going through here and you found out he was from Louis. You tried to look at his lineage. And you find out, well, you ain't going to believe it. You found about Zachariah. You ain't going to believe it. Y'all his father. Go ahead.
And he had an Isha.
He said he had an issue with who? Who he got to fight with?
An Isha from the Ba.
Oh, the wife.
Yes,
he had a
sir.
wife. What happened?
From the Banuth of Aharon.
From the who?
Banuth of Aharon.
What tribe Aharon from?
Louis.
His wife from Aharon?
Yes, sir.
What happened with her?
Whose Shem was Auryah.
Oh, Yahusha.
Yes, sir. Both of them were Sadiq before Elohim.
Both of them?
Yes, sir.
What happened?
halak in integrity in all the commandments of Yahuwah.
Must have been dedicated. You hear that? Walking in integrity?
Yes, sir.
Look at that. Dedicated too, wasn't it? Loyal.
That's right.
Beautiful spirit. That spirit so is beautiful, ain't it? That's how Yahusha had. What happened?
Halak with integrity in all the commandments of Yahuwah and in his statutes.
How you think Yahuwah was their father?
That's right.
How you think Yahuwah was their father?
That's right.
It's not really hard, huh? Let's talk.
But they had no Yalet
They didn't
because,
have no child.
because all Yahshua was barren,
Because she was barren.
and both of them were advanced in Yamym.
They were up in age.
That's right.
Like me and Smitty. All we do, we just do all the playing action. We know we ain't getting no toys. That's all we do. We just playing act. That's all we do, the playing in action. We ain't looking for no toys. Ain't that right? Better I pop up with no toys. Ain't that right? Come on.
And it happened that it was the Yum of his kahan service before Elohim in the order of his division.
What in what kind of?
In the order of his division.
This stuff broke down. There's some mathematical stuff in it.
Yes, sir.
Broke down in the division.
That's right.
Ain't that right?
Yes, sir.
I ain't got time to keep running. Jump down about verse 23.
Yes,
There's
sir.
a lot going on. Listen, make it 21. Listen.
The arm were waiting for Zechariah and were wondering at his delay in the Mashkan. And it happened that when he went out, he was not able to speak to them. And they knew that he had seen a kazun in the Mashkan.
They knew he had saw something in Mashkan.
And he signaled to them, but was still mute.
I ain't getting up, Brian. Come on. I started stretching. I see about one time. Hang in there. We gonna get it. Come on. That's how you stretch. Come on.
And it came to pass, when the Yamym of his service had been fulfilled, he returned to his Beth.
When it was completed.
Yes, sir.
Look at that. What's some order? I seem like I heard that somewhere. Fulfilled, completed, until.
That's
Come
right.
on.
And it came to pass after these Yamym, all Yahshua his Isha conceived, and she kept herself hidden for five Kadash, and she said,
5 months. What's she say?
Thus Yahuwah has dealt with me in the Yamym that he took note of me, to gather up my disgrace from the Bani of Anashim.
See that? She looked at it as a disgrace because she said she walking upright. She had been doing all she supposed to do, and she couldn't have no child. So she felt like that was a disgrace on her. She felt like that was a mark on her. That's what she looked at. She said, I hadn't had no child, and I've been living Sadiq. I've been walking upright. Then I should have had it. So it has to be something on me. Now go ahead. Listen.
And it came to pass in the 6th Yarik, Elohim sent the Malachi Gabriel to Galil, to a certain city named Nazareth.
What you say?
To a certain city named Nazareth.
All right.
To a Bethula who was betrothed to a Ish whose Shem was Yusaph.
Yeah.
From the Beth of Daoud. And the
Well, hold on,
Bethula,
from the where now?
from the Beth of Daoud.
Oh. From the Beth of Daoud.
Yes, sir.
What house that is?
Yehuda.
Okay. Come on.
And the Bethula Shem was Marym.
What's her name?
Marym.
Go ahead.
And the Malachi came and said to her,
What is that?
Shalom be shalom to you, gracious Ashah. Yahuwah is with you. Barak are you among Nashim.
Yahuwah with you. And you Barak among all women. Come on.
When she saw him, she was alarmed at his statement and said in her lap, What is this, Baraka? And the Malachi said to her, Do not yara Marym, because
Don't
you have
fear.
found Khan before Elohim.
Because you done found favor among him. What happened?
And behold, you shall conceive and bear a ben, and you shall call his Shem Yahushua.
What? Come on.
He shall be great, and he shall be Kara, the ben of the highest.
That's what he going to be called. Kind of like Zechariah. He'll be the son of Yah too. That's what he just said. He'll be called the son of the highest. That's amazing. Zechariah, his daddy.
That's right.
Listen.
And Yahuwah Elohim shall give him the throne of his Abba Daud.
That's what he gonna do. What tribe Daud from?
Yehuda.
God, messing up something now. We'll try to figure it. Go ahead.
And he shall reign over the Beth of Jacob, Alam and Alam.
And he gonna reign over the Beth of who?
Jacob.
Jacob?
Alam
What
and
tribe
Alam.
he from? Oh, that's Yasharal. Listen,
And there shall be no end to his Malkuth.
no end to it. Listen.
Marym said to the Malakhy, How shall this Dabary be? I have not known an Ish.
How this word gonna be? I don't even know. I ain't never slept with no man. Listen.
The Malakhy answered and said to her,
What he say?
The Ruach HaKadosh shall come upon
The
you,
Ra SHyth shall come upon you,
and the power of the highest shall overshadow you.
and the power of the highest gonna come on.
Theref-
All Shaddai, the most powerful.
Yes, sir.
They gonna come upon you, and you gonna conceive. Come on.
Therefore, the one that is born shall be Kara Kodash, the Ben of the Elohim.
Y'all hear that? The one that gonna be born in, he gonna be called Kodash. He gonna be the Ben of Elohim.
Yes, sir.
Listen.
And behold, your relative, all
Yo,
Yahusha,
hold on, yo, who?
your relative,
Yo, what?
relative,
What that mean? Who is her relative?
all Yahshua.
Yeah, it must be talking about in the spirit. You can't call her relative if they talking about by the spirit. Huh? Dabary by blood. He Yehuda by he Louis by blood. I don't know, I'm trying to figure out how they're gonna work out. Said that's her cousin, and she from Yehuda. And her cousin is from Louis or Harum. So I don't know how Yahusha could be related at all. I'm confused now. It must be imagery. Pick me up right quick, son. Pick me up at the book of Ra SHyth, chapter 41. Verse 44 be fine. I'm gonna see if you're honest. Listen.
And Pharaoh said to Yusaph,
What? To who?
Yusaph,
What did he say to him?
I am Pharaoh.
Who are you?
Pharaoh,
I'm like the Malak or something. What happened?
without a Dabary from you, not a Ish shall comb his hand, or his regal in all the arats of Mizraim.
You see what happened? He said, "Without a word from you, ain't a foot or a hand need to move in Mizraim without you."
That's right.
Come on.
Then Pharaoh Kara the Shem, Yusaph, Saphanath, Panaik.
That means he
Panaich.
could decipher. He could decipher things. Things that you couldn't see, you didn't know. He could decipher. That's why he called him that. You ain't gonna believe it. I see stuff you can't see. So what did he do for him for that?
Now Yusaph was 30 shanim old when he stood before Pharaoh,
What happened?
Malak of Mizraim. And Yusaph went out.
You done went
from-
too far. You done jumped too far.
Let me see.
Slow him down. How the man read the tablet? He's jumping everywhere.
Yes, preacher, it's a lot of words going
You
on.
can look on that if you can't see it.
Yes,
Go
sir.
ahead.
Okay, let me start with 45. Then Pharaoh called the Shem, Yusaph, Sanath, Panak, and gave him Asenath,
Hold on. He gave him who?
Asenath,
Who is that?
the Bath of Potiphar, kahan of On, as his Ashah.
That's
And Yusaph-
amazing. Can we see what her name means, Boston? I gotta get me some learning. Get myself one of them college or one of them institutions. You're gonna tell her that's what it is? The wife said, I was gonna tell you of Mizraim's derivation, but you can still look it up, you can find it. They're just limited. Her name, actually, when you look up, you'll find it. You'll see what it says. You might not be able to find it in their book because they're only going to go so far. They're only going to give you so much with their definition. You just look it up. Just go on. You just go to Google. Do 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 do. Oh yeah, that's fine. That's fine. You come back down. That's fine. Her name actually has two meanings. Her name actually has a meaning that she belongs to the goddess Neith. Her name also means she belongs to the Father. She belongs to the Father. That's amazing. So did Marym. You ain't gonna believe it about the Yusaph. He was just. He was giving his wife just like Yusaph was his father.
Right.
The Malakh, the supreme ruler, gave him his wife.
That's right.
And just so happened, you just found out, guess who his wife had to be connected to? She just happened to be rated to the kahan.
That's right.
These guys are really not that intelligent when they're trying to read the text. That's why you got to go back through. He told you, if you search the scripture, in them you think you have Alaph Kaph, they talking about me. They talking about me. I know they got a problem with because you're reading genealogy, and that'll get you every time.
Right.
36th chapter of the book of Bamadbar. You ain't gonna believe it. My boss already told me about you. '36th chapter book of Bamadbar, they call numbers. 36 and 1. We just roll down through them. Listen.
And the heads of the are both of the Mishpachah of the Bani of Gilead, the Ben of Machir, the Ben of Manasseh, of the Mishpachah of the Bani of Yusaph, came near and spoke before Moshe and before the leaders, the heads of the Aboth of the Bani of Yasharal.
Mm-hmm.
And they said, Yahuwah commanded my Adon to give the Arats by
What
lot.
did that? Yahuwah, who did that? Moshe commanded what?
Yahuwah commanded my Adon
That's what he did. He commanded my done. What did he do? What did he command Moshe?
to give the Arats by lot.
You hear that? He commanded him to give everybody their inheritance by lot. Give it to him by lots. Listen.
To the Bani of Yasharal as an inheritance, and my Adon was commanded.
And give it to him as an inheritance. And what happened?
And my Adon was commanded by
He
Yahuwah.
said, you know what? They let him know. And you know what he commanded you, right? He commanded you to do this, Moshe. And I'm giving you respect now because you my done. Listen.
And my Adon was commanded by Yahuwah to give the inheritance of Salak Pikad, our Ak, to his Banuth.
Our brother to give to his Banu, to his daughters.
Yes,
Come on.
sir. And if they shall be one of the Bani of the Matah of the Bani of Yasharal for wives, their inheritance shall be withdrawn from the inheritance of our Aboth, and shall be added to the inheritance of the Matah to which they shall belong.
That's why you're not that smart. This is what I do for a living. This is where you screw up at right here. You've been trying to track something, you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah.
This is where you screwed up at. See, once Marym married Yusaph, her inheritance went over to Yehuda.
Right.
That's why I tell you people, you're not skilled.
Right.
I do this for a living.
Yeah.
When you read it, you'll just go and you'll pay attention. Even when Yusaph married, how many times did you hear about Ephraim and Manasseh having anything to do with the priesthood? Because that inheritance was swallowed up once Yusaph married her.
Right.
If you paid attention, you thought I know what I was doing when I went to the book Alaph Kaph, when he told you about giving honor to the wife. It's what was that again? The what?
Weaker vessel.
So when something stronger comes, what happens to something weaker? It overtake it.
That's right.
That's right. Her inheritance is gone. It's swallowed up in yours.
Yeah.
That's why they guys screw up when they're trying to go through genealogy.
Yeah.
I know you don't know what you're doing. Because you're trying to follow genealogy. You don't know what you're doing. Okay, I'm just trying to help y'all out. So what happened when she got married? That's why when they start running through and they start running genealogy, that's why they don't know what they're doing.
Right.
They start running because her inheritance got swallowed up.
That's right. That's right.
That's why you don't find all your correlation you're trying to find, but it's going to be right every time.
Right.
Now, that was very interesting we found out about when we were reading about, what was that? About, let me see, how long it had been? I'm trying to, how many years that had been?
14 to die.
No, how many years it was they had that peace? Oh, 3 years. What book that was in? Alaph Malakym, 22. See what Byth Dabary Yamym, 18 and 1 say.
Yes, sir.
Second Chronicles. Listen.
Now Yahusaph had riches and kabod in abundance.
Yahusaph had what now?
Riches.
That's what he had. He had riches.
And
Wow.
kabod in abundance.
And he had service in abundance?
Kabod, honor.
Oh, I'm sorry, kabod.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I sound like you said abad.
I'm sorry.
That's the Alabama tongue. Go ahead. I'm sorry, that Mississippi tongue. Not me, I'm sorry, Mississippi, Louisiana. That Cajun, that Raging Cajun coming out. He had a rich ass and a bonnet. Ooh, look at that. That's a big one now. Look at that. I don't know get it right now. Come on. Come on, Cajun.
And he was allied by marriage with
Hold on, he was what now?
Allied
By what?
by marriage
To who?
with Ahkym.
That's a hard. Listen.
And he went down to the end of Shanim to Ahkym at Shamram, and Ahkym slaughtered sheep and oxen for him in abundance, and for the arm who were with him, and persuaded him to go up to Ramoth Gilead.
Why?
And
How did he do that?
And Ahkym, Malak of Yasharal, said to Jehoshaphat, Malak of Yehuda,
What did he say to him?
shall you go with me to Ramoth Gilead?
Or do what?
And he said to him, as I am, so are you,
What?
and my arm as your arm,
What?
and we shall be with you in the battle.
Man, that sounds like some marriage stuff. That they heirs together. Yeah, I go to one of them colleges and get one of them degrees. So I can figure this whole thing out. See, the way you trying to look to search it, you ain't gonna find it. Many men have tried to do this. Only a few been good with it.
Yeah.
But it's a spirit. It'll move and it'll still keep you going a different way. I don't have to make nothing up. This is what I declared. All you gotta try to explain to me how they cousins.
Right.
If he come out of the womb of her, that's a bloodline.
Yeah.
I ain't married, I'm not related to my mama cousin because of no imagery, because of no immolation. I'm related to any cousin she related to by blood.
That's right. That's right.
See, when you start dealing with the operation of how Yahuwah works, this is why you have to take your time and pay attention. This is what people don't realize. This is why he couldn't be condemned when he was told he would offer sacrifices. If you look, people don't pay attention. I took you out to the 22nd chapter. Do you really think I really cared about that coin? I was trying to show you something. You were supposed to ask the Kohan concerning the Torah.
Right.
Why were they asking this man about Torah?
Kohan.
Because they already knew what tribe he connected to.
Right.
They never argued with him about what tribe he was connected to. They
No.
argued with him about saying he would have been Alahim.
Alahim. That's right. That's right.
It's all about what spirit you want. See, you have to take your time when you kind of dealing with these things. That's how to get patient to them. We'll finish up third chapter book of Titus 3. Titus 3 and 1. Then you know we'll finish up Mathayahu 13:46. It's been a long time. Listen.
Remind them to be submissive and obey.
I've been trying. Make sure that you be submissive to me and make sure you obey what I'm telling you now. Listen.
Obey the Sarim and to the authorities to be ready.
That got
for
me in the rattle, and you need to obey. Now, make sure you're supposed to be doing this now. Make sure you're obeying what I'm telling you now. And you need to be obeying the other thing. You know how I be telling you, I tell the other people, F them?
No.
And folks say, yes, I do, Donna.
No,
I tell you to put on that NW, F the police.
no.
That ain't hard. That's how you can find out where folks at. That's all. It ain't hard. Listen.
To be ready for every tube work.
Be ready to do something too. Be ready to do something good now.
Yes, sir.
Listen.
And to do nothing with any each, and to stop quarreling.
And stop what?
Quarreling.
Hoarding?
Quarreling.
Whoring. Quarreling. Oh, quit arguing. Oh, okay. Quarreling. Okay. Quit arguing. Go ahead.
To chaff it to the right palm, and to show by meekness before all unashamed.
They're tight. They book. This ain't book right here, is it? Make sure you read this now. Study this. Make sure we study this too now. We don't leave that open. Come on.
That's right. For we were also formerly lacking da'ah.
See, I ain't gonna lie. You think I didn't? Didn't I admit that?
Yes, sir.
Why y'all think I told you we changed the direction? Why you think I'm telling you to take? I done done it. I know you'll do this. We've lacked it. Why y'all think we could? Every time you read it, does it make sense? Yes, sir. Let's see.
Disobedient, led astray,
Yeah.
enslaved to various lusts, and to pleasures for shanim,
For
halak and malice and envy, being hateful,
That's why I
one
tell you,
hating
I
his
know the
op.
spirit. I know the spirit already. I know what spirit it is. I know what spirit stuff is. Listen.
But when the kindness of Elohim, our Savior, and his Sahab toward each appeared, not because the works of Sadiq, which we have done, but
because our
according
righteousness.
to his rakam,
Do what now?
he saved us.
But contrary, it was according to his recom. That's how he saved us.
Yes, sir.
That's right. Undeserved favor. We admit that. Listen.
Through the washing of the new birth and renovation given to us by the Ruach HaKodesh,
Yes.
which he poured out upon us abundantly through Yahusha HaMashiach, our Savior.
That's what he did in abundance. Listen.
So that having been justified by his Khan,
Yeah.
we should become heirs according to the call of our Alaph Kaph.
You see that? We should become heirs, inheritors of. You know how you can do that? Two ways. Either you're a son or you married. That's why I took you to Alaph Kaph. I know y'all think I know what I'm doing for some dumb reason. Everything is calculated.
Right.
My boss works that way. Listen.
Amunah is a Dabary, and I want you to affirm these things, so that those who have Amun and Elohim endeavor to engage in tube deeds,
They'll
because
tell you to do
it is tube to do such and profitable to Anashim.
That's what I'm trying. What I gave y'all profitable to you.
Yes,
It can't help all y'all. I tell you, I can't help all y'all. I tell you, let me tell you something. I don't miss nothing with none of y'all. I know where y'all at. I just wait to see where you're going to train, when you're going to transform. I'm the wrong person you're trying to fight. Your fight ain't never been against me. Your fight been with Elohim. That's the part you don't realize. This is when you need to be scared. You have not fought me. You fought Elohim. Listen.
But keep away from the foolish questions
Keep away from the foolish question. Like what?
and from history studies
What happened?
and from the quarrels and disputes about the Torah, for they are unprofitable and futile here.
Tell me about it, son.
And the Ish who disputes about the belief after he was once proven, and a second to reject about it,
What happened?
knowing that the Ish that is such a one is perverted in Kataim.
And sin.
Yes, sir.
And you sin. Go ahead.
As is condemned himself.
Listen.
When I shall ascend Artemis to you, or to Coas, hasten to come to me at Nicopolis.
That's fine. Don't give me 1346. Mathayahu, I'm gonna have to get out y'all way. Get something to eat. Because I just done been running through this book and I ain't proved out nothing. Take y'all time.
Yes, sir.
$13.46. Listen.
And when he found a very precious pearl, he went and sold everything that he had and bought it. Again, the Malkuth of the Shamayim can be compared to a net that was cast into the Yam, and a variety of species were gathered into the mist.
Yeah.
And when it was full, they brought it up to the seashore. Then they sat down and collected the tube species in the midst of vessels, but they threw the bad ones away.
That's what they did. The bad ones going to get cast them out. We're just going to throw them away. Get rid of the bad ones. Come on.
So it shall be at the end of the age.
See, now, you think that was really about you telling you about this whole situation, about telling you about a man with a net dragging in stuff and sitting down separate. He telling you what Yahuwah going to do at the end. All he done did with a bunch of y'all that gathered you in, at the end, he's going to wind up casting you away anyway, because you're not what he desired. I try to help y'all out. There's certain things you need to be real careful about. You'll still try to find a reason to justify. You got to know when you can't justify and when you need to sit down and acknowledge, and you need to try to look at converting. See, a lot of stuff what y'all try to look for, y'all look at, it had nothing to do with leading these people. That job fall on one man's hand, and he put it on a man. And I have to bear the blunt of, if it go wrong, I got to pay for that.
Yeah.
You don't have to pay for nothing you do.
Right.
Because you ain't leading nobody. See, a lot of y'all don't realize responsibility that you have to have. I know they think, oh, he trying to make it like he got so much. That's the same thing that people said with Musha.
Yeah.
And he killed them too.
Yeah.
Because everybody seen like it can be done, or they know, take your time. What I look at when I have to do is do this. I have to lead people because I'm trying to get us all to the market. Okay?
Right.
I got to get us to where he'll purchase. And it has to be a certain order for him to buy it. You got what I'm saying? The way y'all go, you going to go and you going to get because you following, you looking. You have to pay attention. That stuff you ain't going to find because that marriage come in and it overseed it. Okay, I'm just telling what happened. He just showed you. I mean, it ain't hard. Just take your time. If you don't want to believe it, you don't want to believe it. That's where you at. That's why I told you, listen, last time I tell y'all 1 or 2 times, he said after that, he said you perverted. After 2 times, I said, that's where we at. That means you perverted, and now you commit sin. And I don't want you to say it. He said, you know no sinner don't have no eternal life.
That's right.
Just pay attention while I do stuff. Folks don't pay attention. I said, that's fine. I done talked to you about it. He said, at that point, he said, no, at that point, you perverted. Because when you get something in your mind, let me tell you something. A lot of y'all actions show you out.
Yeah.
It make no sense for you to be reading nothing different while I'm up here teaching.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know what you could be looking for.
Yeah.
But then I do know what you're looking for. You're trying to find a way out. I know what you're trying to convince yourself of. I know what you're doing. I tell you all the time about how y'all need to pay attention.
Right.
I mean, I'm just why would he tell you, therefore, we ought to get a more earnest heed?
Right.
What that mean? We need to be paying attention.
Right.
Because you get out, you'll see something. I'm still over here stuck. Ain't nothing in the book done stuck me. And it's still right.
That's right.
And it's still right. He done told you what he's going to do with Yehuda. He don't want the rest of them to magnify themselves against him.
Right.
I know what he's doing. I'm just sitting back and watching and wait. If I can't believe what he said, I got a problem with what he said. I got a problem with him.
Yeah.
You don't have no problem with no man when they come down the word. You have a problem with Elohim.
That's right.
And that becomes dangerous for all of us.
Yeah.
I'm a student. I tell like the Malakym told me, Shami, listen, see you do it not. I also am an Abedin, and I keep the sayings of the book. But see, when you don't know how things are put together, just like I just sat down and constructed for y'all, listen, easy, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Of course you couldn't have done it, because you don't know what to look for. Right. When y'all read it, you trying to find some reason to condemn something. I'm not trying to condemn nothing. I'm trying to walk in.
Right.
When your eyes set on you trying to find, you read that book, man, you can find all kind of fault.
Yeah.
Man, that book got so many defects and stuff ain't right, and this don't make sense. That's why I told you, he said, man, avoid that stuff they talking about history.
Yeah.
He said, I ain't gonna do it, I'm gonna join us some strife.
Yeah.
And you're gonna look around, you're gonna get perverted. The book right.
Yes, sir.
The book right. You find 2 Yusaph, both of them just.
Yeah.
Both of them were given wives.
Yeah.
Now, you didn't find him say Marym was the daughter of a kahan, but it just happened, she just had to be the cousin of a daughter, of Ahkym.
Right.
And that's probably by imagery.
Bloodline.
It's not hard. Then show how she connected, and even showed you how she connected Zachariah. Because it told her she was going to be the daughter of the Most High.
Right.
That's how Zachariah was connected. Told about his father. His father y'all was his father.
That's right.
That's not hard. And then how they all get back? Cause of marriage.
That's right.
See, we take our time, we'll see what happens. He done told you, man, listen, Yahuda gonna be exalted above.
Yeah.
He said these people just showed you. Look, I took y'all through. I know you weren't gonna catch it when you went through Alaph Malakym, the 22nd chapter. Wait a minute, how it gonna make sense? Your horse is my horse and your flesh my flesh. Oh, well, that's gonna happen. We gotta go back to when Ra SHyth.
Yeah.
Huh? When he got cool. He said, this is now bone of my bone.
Flesh of my flesh.
And then you just learned in the book of Dabary Yamym that they were connected by marriage.
Yeah, that's right.
It's not hard. Come on, finish out 1347. We at 1347.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna try to get one of them schools. I need to call them. See if they can help me out. If I had me one of them education, I'd be fighting it too. That's why I try to tell you, you gotta avoid a lot of this stuff. This stuff had you fighting something. He ain't your fight.
That's right.
He the one lay down the plan. This is what people don't realize. If he lay it down too simple, anybody can get it. He done told you. Listen, I told the guy on the phone last night. I said, I don't even realize having this conversation.
Yeah.
Because it's stuff I know. I don't think you ought to know it.
Right.
Because you see what happens when you do? You'll wind up doing something and you'll wind up sinning.
Yeah. Yeah.
You'll wind up sinning. I'm trying to help you. A lot of stuff I told y'all, we can move in a whole lot of direction. Y'all too basic. Your stuff too basic. You tell me you could have figured that out.
No.
They'll convince themselves. If I go in and stuff, I know you would. I know you would. All you do is take your time. Be honest.
That's right.
Everybody, be honest. You don't believe it, you don't believe it. That's where you at. I told y'all, listen, I'm good with Abraham. That's where you at. Abraham, this is where you at. For me, my goal is set on one thing. I got to make sure I get in and get these people in.
Yeah.
You have your own agenda. You have to fix whatever you got going on. Yeah. I got to make sure these people get to the market.
Right.
So I can hawk it.
Yeah.
When I get there, I'm going to meet the man that's just changing. He going to give me what I'm supposed to get, what I brought to the market.
That's right.
That's all I got to do. You just get what you're supposed to get to the market. Yahuwah going to pay. He told me, I'm doing the work, and whatever right, he going to pay me. You ain't going to pay me anyway.
That's right.
You don't even pay me no attention. Right. So I definitely know you ain't going to pay me no money. I don't expect a whole lot from a lot of y'all, honestly. That's just where y'all at. Screen people too. Listen, this amount going out because he's already set for who he going to save anyway. A lot of y'all ain't even in the number. Because where you at, it's dangerous. What we need to transition to and what we changing, y'all miss. I see some of these folks, they be a man and some pride so late. I said palau. I said, how could they amen the word palau when they ain't even said the prayer yet? Y'all be doing some stuff. I be concerned about y'all. You amen the word palau and ain't even said the prayer yet? I said, y'all moving way too fast.
That's right.
I just want to make sure on the first one, you running a race that ain't even started.
That's right.
Pay attention and follow. You supposed to amen. How you amen something you don't even know what it is? Let me show y'all again, just common error you make. He told you in the 1 Corinthians, the 14th chapter, he talked about how important it is when you're speaking in clarity or giving off distinction sounds. He said, if the person don't understand it, how can they amen it?
That's right.
Now you tell me that's if I'm not clear on what I'm saying and they don't understand the language. How do you amen something I ain't even said?
That's right. Because
y'all just get the move. I just want, again, order. Y'all move way too fast. Slow that. What is the race for? The race, we're in the race for a long Kai. Y'all in a whole nother race. I'm trying to be the first one to amen. Is that what you racing for? How you can amen something? You don't even know what I said. You can't agree to something unless you know what it is.
That's right.
Come on, folks, slow down. If you don't know something, take your time and wait. This is what happened with us. People want to know the whole Bible. I want to know this on it. And why you don't get it? Because it ain't time. It's like folks wait on Yahusha. It's time. You can't get it. You can't sit down and eat the whole meal at one time. Listen, it's time. Some things are broken down over time. That's what your stomach do with it. It don't get as soon as you get them defecated out. I need to digest it. I need to dissect it. Because some needs to come out in urination, some needs to come out in defecation. Some things have to work and break down. Some things you got to meditate on. But y'all will move so fast and you shoot out so fast. It's like, woo, woo, woo. That's scary. Y'all can't move so fast. Y'all don't, but this again is because you lack knowledge about order. It's certain stuff y'all can't do. Why y'all think he kept killing them people that came down to Mushal? He like, you shouldn't be here. Like, you shouldn't do that. It's stuff y'all do, you shouldn't be doing that. It's stuff y'all do, you shouldn't do that. But again, You know why though? Because that's not all you're doing. This is flat. I know that's not all you're doing. But I understand. I ain't doing that. Now we're gonna be lying. Because I ain't no liar. I know what I'm talking about. Yeah. I have no reason to lie. Listen, I'm really here for the benefit of all of us. And I'm here for the execution. I execute you before you get here, get you out of the way. Because this is not something you're trying to do. Listen, I ain't finna fight none of y'all on nothing. I'm gonna put it down. That's how it's gonna be. If it ain't right, he gonna prove it. Right. I take correction. He'll give me something, it could be wrong, just so I take correction. That correction will be the thing. It'll be, that means I need to go back, do your work sober. Go back and do your work sober. Go back and do your work sober and take your time, make sure you're listening. Because you blurting and running fast and you hadn't did your work. Most people don't really understand the Torah. They think they really don't. They sitting at the finish line. I'm sitting here starting with the other people, the way they came through trying to figure. So I don't know how you could have got all the way up there. I know you don't know how you could have got up there. But you sitting up there, laughing, jumping around. Wait till he get back here. You got to come back and why he go back through the whole book with them? After he done got up, is that important? Come on, as a Christian, is that important? Long as I got Jesus, I don't need nobody else. I'm at it. He up, that's the only thing out. No. Because you don't understand how none of this happened, so I got to go all the way back through. We got to go all the way back to Musha and come back. Because you don't know how you got here. That's like stuff y'all do, y'all mouth blur, y'all be doing stuff, your attitudes, y'all do. But listen, make no mistake, I be getting rid of some of y'all. I told y'all, this serious. Put them folks up on that screen too. I'm not playing, listen, I'm not here to fight y'all. Listen, my soul on the line. You think I'm gonna let one of y'all reckless people take me with you and take these people? It's reckless. Do y'all understand how little sleep I get? How much time I get? These folks sleeping, fumbling around, they trying to fix stuff they screwing up. I don't have that option. I don't have that luxury to be screwing up. My time is spent on plowing and make sure I keep my mind set and make sure that these people are staying on task. Ask these people what they pray about. Ask them. It ain't about y'all. It's about how they can quit screwing up. How they quit fumbling up, what they're doing. My palaw is for us. I gotta be up, I gotta be on my knees, I gotta be down, I gotta palaw. When I get through palawing y'all, I palaw again. That's a constant, because y'all always doing stuff. And then he let me see it, they're like, that's dangerous. And y'all thinking about me, it's about him, because he the one watching you. He's the one gonna cut you. He the one say, when he gets sick of you, all he do is say, done with him.
Yeah.
That's how, listen, everyone wasn't him. Me too, done with you. Done with you. And y'all reckless. Y'all reckless. You dangerous, and you don't even see you're dangerous. Like, y'all dangerous. They supposed to fight me to disobey. They hold on till they say I had enough, then they turn out. And that's where they at. When them people find, listen, I'm gonna catch them. They're gonna log on, they're gonna fall out, they're gonna go. It's gonna be whatever the issue gonna be, I ain't even gonna care about it. He gonna put it on me, I'm gonna disconnect them. They're gonna be done. So others gonna fear. That's why he killed them people too, so others would fear. Because he looked at the people that had no fear. Y'all serving, you ain't serving in fear. These people, the people feared Elohim. Where your fear at? Where your reverence to what you doing? You don't even have it. You don't have it. Because you're too busy trying to do your own thing. It's scary. Y'all need to take your time. Take your time, because you don't be messing around. You don't even realize you be sinning. Whatever they allow you to do, told you to do it.
That's right.
I'm a hypocrite. I be doing something different than what I be teaching.
No.
So you got to do everything I'm telling you. And you supposed to mark me. You supposed to uphold me.
That's
Enemy
right.
supposed to be shalom. That's another violation. That's another violation. Because you're doing your own thing. It ain't hard to see, y'all. It's not hard to see. Listen, I catch y'all attitude. I catch y'all day and night. I catch y'all doing other stuff. I said, that's where they at. That's why I leave you till he let me say, go ahead and address it. Or he said, leave them where they at. Leave them alone. Let them fall right under the ditch. You play with a danger. Listen, what's the purpose of putting your kaya in my hand and you're going to do your own thing?
Right.
Why don't you lead yourself? Right. Teach yourself. Start your adult, go and try and see how well you do. You ain't going to do it because you're inconsistent. You can see your attitude is inconsistent. You're not continuous in what you're doing. Those people stayed the same way. Singleness. You got to stay single. And you'll be single to keep doing what you're doing. I help y'all out.
Yes, sir.
I can help y'all out. I'm telling y'all, keep doing your own thing. I wouldn't do it. Listen, if I could see more of my path, I wouldn't follow. I wouldn't. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Man, people have no idea what you're doing. Let me tell you something, man. I show you stuff, you have no idea. You playing with stuff, just take your time. Take your time. A lot of people running, jumping for words and trying to get stuff, just take your time. They think I'm just jumping. I got to lead a dog. I got to get these people to the market. Either you with me or you against me.
Yeah.
That's just being honest. I know what I'm saying. I ain't against you. That's a lie. That's a lie, because action going to show it. Same thing with the women. Ain't your words, I watch your actions. And your words come out to show your actions. Number stuff come out people out. It don't be an accident. That's where you at.
Yeah.
Because you checking me every time. I seen some other people do it. They check. Then I know they think it's like beer. No, it's not like beer. It's like beer drunk. Beer and beer drunk is different. When you get drunk from drinking beer, that's not the same thing. Those folks were trying to confirm because they want to make sure they're keeping a certain order.
Right.
You look because it's some other stuff you don't agree with.
Yeah.
That same thing he told you when it came down to Cup told the same thing that came down to Shaul.
Yeah.
He said he's speaking to something. You ain't gonna believe it. It's hard to be understood. With they that are unstable and unlearned.
Rest.
He said be wrestling. And you ain't gonna believe it. That ain't the
All
only
the
thing you
rest
got
of
a
the
problem
scripture.
with. Now I know what you're gonna say. That it's talking to you. It's showing, I'm telling you, stability don't move. Abraham wasn't wrestling with nothing.
That's right.
Y'all know how he was wrestling all that night?
No.
No, he said, I'm not wrestling with nothing. He said, that's showing I'm unstable. And he'll show you, your problem won't be with one thing, it's some other thing you have a problem with. See, it's some stuff I'm telling y'all, when I said you'll jump and you'll move fast, you don't realize, take your time and wait. I speak things sometimes hard to be understood, but if you wait, I can prove it out.
That's right.
What option I have? This is our soul. This ain't just yours, this is my soul. So it benefits me nothing to teach you a lie or tell you something contrary, because it's going to affect me too. When we take our time to just wait to watch how he works, I know I'm hung up over him. There's a lot of folk hung up over him. Yahusha had 2 people hung up too.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna believe why they was up there. They had some hang-ups too. Y'all got it. Why y'all think they was up there? It's always gonna be some people who have some hang-ups. Hello?
Yes, sir.
But I'm telling you, take your time. They're for everybody. They're wise who with it. If you got caught, everybody don't have it. If you got, but no, everybody don't have it. It's the ability to be able to do. Take your time and watch them work it out.
Yes, sir.
First thing he got to see whether or not you can submit yourself. They're being honest. Well, I think submitting is a hard thing for some people. They know it. Hard. It's hard for them. I don't know how you can ask nobody to submit when you can't submit.
Right. That's right. That's right.
You can't put no rule on nobody if you can't do it.
That's right.
You got to first make sure you can follow rules.
Yes, sir.
Don't tell you why now. Don't be talking back. You do it. That's bad. You do it. Can't stop talking, keep going. Because it's a spirit go with that. Not dedicated, not loyal, integrity. I'm gonna help y'all all out now. Let's not go get these women and leave these men out. Let's just be fair with everybody now. That look real bad now. We done cut these women down and these men get away with it. We know it, as men, explain it to me. Because that book said let every soul be subject to the higher power.
That's right.
Every nefesh supposed to be it. Come on, finish this up so I can get ready to eat something. Men, that made up word I begin. Well, it ain't for everybody. It's only if you want to. If you don't believe, you ain't heard nothing. It ain't for everybody. It ain't getting what I'm spitting.
It ain't made,
for you. That's all. It ain't made for you. I just put it out there. Isn't that right?
Yes, sir.
Listen.
So it shall be at the end of the age, the Malakym shall go forth and separate the Rosha from among the Sadiq.
That's what he gonna do.
And they shall cast them into the furnace of fire, where there shall be wailing and grinding of teeth.
Mm-hmm. That's what gonna be at. Study that one.
He said to them, have you understood all these things?
How about y'all? Did y'all understand what y'all got taught?
Yes, sir.
That's all it is. So it ain't for everybody. You didn't understand? I got questions. That's what he said. Yeah, you understand it? Listen.
They said to him, yes, our Adon.
Come on.
And he said to them, therefore, every scholar who is educated in the Malkuth of Chamyshy can be compared to an Ish a owner of a Byth, who brings out of his storehouse new things and also old.
That's why I had to use both sides.
Yes, sir.
He said everyone that's educated in the Malku. Where y'all trying to get to?
Malku.
About you, I try to make sure I get somebody educated in it. That's two.